Let's get rolling. Wednesday edition of the Sports Cage. I guess he's already got him up. If you're watching the stream, there he is.
Where's the far away camera?
Colson's been battling some technical difficulties here, but we got the show on the road. We're ready to roll on Wednesday, like he said, for Regina Motor Products, where you start thinking about the early tire swap off for now. Book before April 30th. Save $10 on an on-rim, $20 on an off-rim. But if you're up north today, you're sitting there going, we had snow here this morning too.
But not like they had up north.
Oh, some of those pictures, it's like, this is the Prince Albert turnoff off the 11 from Saskatoon. I'm like, what?
And it's just that perfect temperature for just a free solid, make it a rink.
Gross.
Like, your car just becomes a curling rod.
Yeah. If you're up around that area, Melford, I saw pictures there too. Yeah,
Stay in. Take the day off.
It was pretty. It's late now. Hopefully you did just stay in. Sharky is with. I've been gone for a week. Thanks to everyone who's holding the fort down here and getting things
Missed you.
where it needed to be. You don't have to lie. It doesn't. Be patronizing or patronizing. It just doesn't matter to me, to be honest. But I'm back, and you're here today and tomorrow because you couldn't be here last week. So we got 2 days of back to back Sharky.
Back. Yeah.
And it's for when you're here.
Flooring Superstore.
Trent Dickin.
The boys are awesome. They're at Park and Arcola.
And the girls.
Yes, there's girls there too. Great selection.
I think now it's like people are like, maybe some new flooring in the cabin we've been putting off. Ooh. I know our family cabin up north, we get some peeling and some linoleum, and every year we're like, we should get that fixed. We should get that fixed. Then people come over and like they visit, and it's like, let us put something on top of that for now.
Do we have a chunk of carpet we can throw down?
Just move the fridge over.
Where's the bearskin? Throw the bearskin over there.
Bearskin. But now's a good time to start thinking about flooring for that cabin, or maybe your home and your summer project. And if you want to do it yourself, cash and carry, boom, get it done. But if not, the Flooring Superstore team,
great installers,
will hook you up. All of our guests join us on the Western Pizza guest hotline. I am craving I'm craving a pizza, but I'm more craving a Western Pizza lasagna since I've been gone for 10 days.
Yeah, you have. Yeah. That's like one of your dietary supplements has been missing.
I need it. Yeah. And I don't know when I'm going to sneak it in, if it's a family thing or if I just selfishly go by myself. But I'm going to have to rock some Western Pizza here in the next 24 hours. Our guests will be on the Western Pizza guest hotline. Guests include Luke Mullinder in hour 2.
Yeah.
They're going to talk a lot of different things with Luke.
Luke knows stuff. He knows a lot.
And even if he doesn't, he makes it up, and it sounds like he knows it.
He knows. He does. He's really good at that.
We're going to talk to Luke about March Madness.
Yeah.
Because Michigan won, and he's a Michigan State guy.
Yeah.
Like what?
What does it look like for him?
Does that hurt? Does he care?
He cares.
And was when
he's
he
still
was
a state guy.
When he was in the forced green and white, was Michigan State big in the tournament? Because they've made some runs.
They have.
So curious to ask him about that. Going to ask him about the Masters. It's Masters week.
It is.
It is the most popular week to get a vasectomy. It is.
It is, because you can just stay at home for 3-4 days.
People can connect the dots. Yeah. They know why. I think I was around. I don't think I was around the Masters. It was around a major, though. One of the golf majors. I'm like, oh, this is smart. This is real smart. And then, but then my wife, she was working remotely, or not remotely. She was doing a lot of traveling at that time with her consulting job, and put the little guy in the bed beside me the night she left at 4 a.m. Little guy had the Jimmy leg. Oof. So 3 days after vasectomy, I got, ouch. But
you still hold it against him, don't you?
Yeah. We'll talk to Luke about the Masters because he likes his golf. And then CFL, I'm curious because remember when Scott Schultz was on a couple of weeks ago, he said, I don't like that the Riders do their training camp in Saskatoon. Now, that's just Schultz. That's just me. I don't know the ins and outs, the logistics of it all, where Luke does know. And Luke can shed some light on that. Plus what he thinks about the preseason game in Saskatoon, which there's like standing room tickets available.
Yeah, it's going fast.
And we expected that.
We did. That's not a surprise to me that they're the standing room. People of Saskatoon are going to come out and support that. The other thing,
The area.
yeah. The other thing I think is there's people from Regina scheduling a day. Like, get on a party bus, get up there, have a good time. Yeah,
Treat yourself. Go
Exactly.
Confed Mall. Maybe hit up some Fuddruckers.
Fuddruckers.
Is Fuddruckers still open here?
It is.
Okay, so it's not that big of a deal.
Well, it's kind of a bigger deal.
What are kind of the things that Saskatoon has to eat that Regina doesn't? I'm trying to, and I know that. Well, I'm a big Granada House, Deep West Side. They run a nice
Cactus Club.
Sardinia. No, see, that's all franchise. You can get it anywhere.
Well,
I'm like talking about
that Bon Temps downtown, that New Orleans restaurant. I like that. Yeah, been there a few times. Got a couple great steakhouses too, over by the Bez. Yeah,
Yes, I wouldn't use great. Couple of good. To be in the good category.
I'd give it an upper good. Yeah.
I think we have better steakhouses in Regina personally than Saskatoon any day of the week. I'll take that. Swift Current's got better steakhouses in Saskatoon.
Oh, careful. Careful. I mean, Swift Current's good. The Acapo's good. Don't get me wrong.
What's the one on the outskirts of town? Went there once.
Yeah, I
Motel.
don't even think that's there anymore.
I think it is.
I don't think it is. You're thinking about Wong's.
Prairie Land Rentals text
I can't wait to go to Wong's again.
Prairie Land Rentals text line. All day, 936-6262. Now, Prairie Land Rentals, projects coming up, whatever, deal with the owner. They can rent you what you need. 600 Albert Street, from skid steers to power tools to... I rented a toilet snake from them, so you got it all.
I don't even want to know why.
Prairie Land Rentals, 936-6262.
Does he have a wood shaver? Not a chipper, a shaver.
Like to whittle?
No, it's not to whittle. It's to make shavings. I don't want a chipper. I want a shaver.
What's the different? What would you do with the shaving compared to?
So
the
shaving
chip?
makes it like really fine.
Yes.
Like animal bed, like bedding for animals. Right.
And the animals can't sleep on the chips.
Well, especially the hooved animals, hooven, tend to get the little chips into their hooves, and it's bad.
And do they tell you? Are they like, this is annoying, man? This is stuck in my hoof.
And then you got to go pay somebody to get it out, and then it's expensive. So that's why you want the shavings.
So maybe that's something we should look into.
Yeah.
Hoof fixing company, mobile.
No,
Sharky's mobile hoof fixing
company. There's
company.
lots of guys that do that.
Is there?
Oh yeah, yeah. They're called. What are they called? Why can't I think of that? Guys, anyway, it'll come to me.
Hoof repairmen.
No, they're the
Fiddler on the hoof?
No. Oh. Why can't I think of it?
Oh. Anyway, you think about that for a bit. We already got some text messages in 936-6262.
Farrier. Thank you, Farrier.
I've never heard of that in my life.
It's the guy who fixed the hooves of animals.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They usually have a bad back.
You know, when my dad used to hang around the racehorses quite a bit,
he loved the ponies.
Ed on the line, text line, Farrier.
Yeah.
Look at this. What are we? 14 minutes in, I learned something.
It usually takes less time.
Great to be back. Happy to be back. Benny, thanks for the shout out. Rick, thanks for the shout out personally as well. It's fun to be back. We're going to talk, like I said, with
you didn't know what a Farrier was.
Luke Mullinder. I want to get some Masters talk in and sprinkle of the day, and let's really get some participation from the people out there, because it starts tomorrow. So we got to kind of lock in some of our bets today. Clutch performer Eric Francis in hour 3. Eric Francis and I spent the better parts of 2 nights in Las Vegas together last week. Oh man!
Can we talk about it on the radio?
Yeah, like nothing bad, but
location.
He's I owe him.
Like money or
no.
Life
just I owe him one, and somehow, some way, I will get him back. But
he did you wrong.
It was kind of funny, but Crofty just messaged in, Farrier, you idiot. That's directed at you because I didn't know what it was. So
it is, but I got it, Crofty. It came to me.
Right. And then the last senior hockey report of the season in hour 3 tonight. We're starting something. I got to tease this right now too.
Okay.
For all you listeners out there, Tomorrow we're starting, and you don't even know what it is.
No, I don't know where you're going with this.
We're starting a promotion giveaway with one of our great clients here at Harvard. And we're giving away something on the SportsCage exclusive. I'm gonna say it was my idea.
Well, of course you're gonna say it was your idea.
I'm like, I've never been around a radio show, a sports show, anything that's given this away.
Really?
And I was like, wouldn't this be cool for someone to win? It's not a vehicle.
No.
Here's the tease.
Can I guess?
I'm not going to tell you if you're right or not, though, because that's part of the whole tease.
Okay. Tease.
But throw it out. Throw something out there.
Season tickets to something.
Throw it out there and write it down in the book, and we'll see if you come true tomorrow.
Okay.
It is to do with outside in the summer. That'd be my tease of the day.
That's so vague.
I know. Could be announcing it tomorrow.
Could be season tickets to something.
It could be.
Could be.
But
Could be a boat.
I've heard of season tickets given away on a show before.
Okay.
I've never heard of a boat. Would you get more use out of this than a boat? Yes.
You get more use than a boat. Golf membership.
Right. You can write all these down for them. But tomorrow we will announce it. You're here tomorrow too. That's
I'm
the
here.
beauty. See how it all comes together?
You awake all night now.
Locally, hockey. We'll get more WHL tomorrow, but you and I haven't gathered since the Pats lost out.
Yeah.
Oof, what a way to lose out.
Yeah.
That overtime goal.
Yeah.
It was. I thought it was AI generated at for a second. I'm like, that's really not how it happens to them. What an effort.
Yeah.
To fight and claw with possibly one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah.
And fight and claw, and they did blow that lead, though. And they want that back.
You know, I mean, I went to one of the games here, and Medicine Hat is just so big and so fast. Like, you have to give them credit. They're good. They're really good. They fly. They handle a puck well. They play well as a team. Their team game's outstanding. Very, very impressed with Medicine Hat. They're going to be a handful, whoever gets them going forward.
Well, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow. I'm actually quite giddy.
Are we going on the road?
For Prince Albert, Saskatoon. Now, I remember 95 they played. And they played recently, a couple of years ago. The year that the Blades lost in overtime to Moose Jaw, they played PA in the first round.
Yeah.
Beat them. But there was
we're supposed to beat them too. Yeah.
There were some dandies from back in the day when those two teams matched up. 92 was a war, I remember.
92.
86, I don't really remember, but that would have been good-looking STV.
That would have been 86. Would have been their Memorial Cup run, wasn't it?
87 they played. 92, 95, 2000. So, like I said, we'll get more on that tomorrow and then into Friday and tee up that series. Saskatoon, PA, and then it's Medicine Hat and Calgary.
Both rivalries close by, easy to get to. That's pretty cool for both franchises.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good how that worked out.
That's great because, you know, you may not, Medicine Hat might be sold out, but you can get into Calgary and into Saskatoon versus PA. You're going to be able to see games one way or the other. So I think that's outstanding that those four are alive.
Medicine Hat plays Saskatoon or Prince Albert. I would love to go.
Oh, yeah. Medicine Hat was so big.
Because the golf courses
should be
open in Medicine Hat.
Yeah, they should. Actually, they're probably open now.
Anybody out there? Anybody out that way?
Google
936-6262. Are they open? The SJHL, and it's down to the final four there. Last night, I heard in Weyburn, and they go at it again tonight in Weyburn.
Yep.
At 7 p.m. Flin Flon 2-1 win to take a 2-1 series lead. They were leading 2-0 going into the third. Late.
Yeah. Now, hasn't every game in that series been one goal? Hang on a second.
Aiden Mohan for Weyburn scored but just not enough. Shots 39 for Weyburn. Flin Flon had 25. Travis's nephew Charlie
Tritt,
just kicking for Flin Flon.
Wasn't he the goaltender of the year? I believe he was. Yeah.
Yeah. So they again tonight, 7 p.m. just down the road. I love that barn too.
Yeah,
that barn
a good rink. Yeah.
Buzzing tonight. And then the other series as well.
Super tight.
Not disappointing.
No.
That'd be a good one to take.
Is Benny
in.
up there?
Benny's in the mixer tonight.
He's in the mixer? Okay.
For sure. Battleford 3-2 win. Parity?
Very close.
Isn't this
3-2, 3-1, 3-2. Those have been the scores. Like, that's ridiculously tight. Yeah, there's no room for error in that series. Exciting.
It was Anthony Campbell scoring the winner for Battleford's last night. Shots on goal in this one, 31-31.
Nice.
Both teams. Shout out to the tenders. Alejandro Montoya. He's the backup. I just wanted to say his name. Caleb Krieg and Caden Serpa. Yeah, so shots were even. That'll be another good one tonight. So if you're in those areas, Weyburn,
you've got hockey to watch,
or the Battlefords.
Yep.
I think the Battlefords must have got some of that snow too.
Yeah, they would have. Yeah, it was coming across.
Swept that away. So that's fantastic. We haven't also talked to since last Regina Pat Canadians, Moose Jaw Winmar Warriors, how it was always going to go down. They play in the final of the West Regionals.
You think about it, it was a best of 7 between those two teams, and it went to 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
Like either team had the opportunity to be there. Both had great scoring chances.
So good.
Yeah, there's nobody that should be hanging their head for Moose Jaw. They're going to be the second best team in Canada and not get to play in the national championship.
It's too bad they can't get a spot somehow.
Yeah, it's not the way the world works. You know that.
But no, I was looking though. I don't think the Quebec rep's been announced yet.
Okay.
But it's that
same team,
Chevaliers de Levi from last year. They were good.
How's your French? Your French.
They were good and big, fluent in French.
Really?
Oui.
Comment ça va?
Don't know him. Oh, did he play for the Habs in the 80s?
No, he did not.
Did he back up Rick Wamsley?
Of the two of us, I'm the one that knows a little bit of French.
Doug Sotart's backup.
No.
Yeah, but that was exciting, and I think it was just absolutely packed, and the Sixer and
it was.
People
it was crazy.
Did you go?
No, I went to one game, but watched the final on TV. It was nice. Our friends at Access broadcast the final. It was fantastic.
Arden Lloyd.
Yeah.
He's riding it. They should send him to call it. Too bad we couldn't get CKRM2 buzzing and do the games live from Peterborough for people in the... But now everything's video.
Yeah. It's got to be somewhere it's out there.
But you need play-by-play.
You do.
Because to just watch it on video without play-by-play now...
Same. No.
It's like, come on.
Nope, it's not the same.
And you can't see the numbers, and it's kind of grainy. But yeah, that went down as expected. Super exciting. NHL. What we talked to Eric Francis later. Like I said, we're going to talk about we watched Vegas and the Calgary Flames live, eyeball check. There was a 25, maybe 30-minute ice delay.
That's where they brought the extinguishers out, trying to fix it up.
I honestly thought they were going to cancel the game. Like you've been to senior hockey, the old Rutherford Arena in Saskatoon.
Name them all, yeah.
It's like ice issues, and it's like whatever. But this is the NHL, so then some of the players started coming out and skating over it and all that, and I'm just like, what? First off, I'm like, who screwed up this logo? And somebody's getting in trouble. And then it continued and continued and continued, and I was like, what what do they do here?
Could they have not just cut it out? How big was the logo? And so this was the part. It was in
the like, a logo that is at the end in the corner of the end.
Yeah.
You know how they have those there now?
Yeah.
It was when it was like visit Las Vegas. Well, you already got the people here. And the people that are watching know. They do want to visit everyone wants to visit Las Vegas for the most part.
Yeah.
So and then once the fire extinguishers started coming out, I'm like, oh, I've seen this song and dance before. But
every small town rink in Saskatchewan's got the same solution.
What does it do?
It's so cold. When it comes out, it's so cold it actually just freezes it. So whatever water they put on would instantly freeze it.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Not that I'm a chemist by any means, but that's yeah.
And then Mark Stone came out, and
what was the delay?
Captain.
Half an hour?
It was. I should have timed it, but it was about a half hour. And then Eric and I, we were going to go out and do some gambling after that. But then he had to file a story, and then the story changed, and then it was going to be late. And I was like, you know what, man?
I can't stay up this late.
Yeah. So then I started hoofing it back to my hotel, but then got sidetracked to a poker table. And I'm like, well, I'm gambling anyway. Hey, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm hanging out here if you want to come in and play some cards. But yeah, it was interesting. We'll talk when he comes on. We're going to talk more about what I think of Vegas after watching them live as a team.
Was that Tortorella coaching? Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Was that his first game?
No. I think it was his third, maybe.
Okay.
What do you think about that? A late firing there, and then the Patrick Waugh one?
I mean, when you look at the stats, Vegas since the Olympic break was the second least winning team. The second least points. Second fewest points, I guess, since the Olympic break. Only Vancouver has fewer points. So I can see where Kelly McCrimmon is like, my team is not playing well, I have to make a change. Odd to do it with 8 games left before the playoffs. I don't know that Tortorella is going to change that locker room that fast. But obviously, whatever Cassidy was doing wasn't working.
But one of the last guys that I would want to second guess in hockey
is Kelly McCrimmon.
Yeah. So okay, and maybe this is just a little Band-Aid thing here. Torts might not be there next year.
No, he signed like a deal with term.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But no, Torts is just this year. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
DeBoer is term.
In the island. In the island.
Yeah.
Which
they wanted to make a change. They didn't want Peter DeBoer sitting out on the open market because.
What has DeBoer won? Can somebody please?
He's won a couple of Western Conference championships.
He can never get it done.
Yeah.
So that's where him being just this hot ticket and all. I'm like, what about that guy that coaches University of Denver? And I know he turned down some jobs in the past. What's his name?
I don't know. There's nothing Peter DeBoer is going to do in the 4 games the Islanders that have left. It's going to drastically change the way that team plays.
David Carl.
What he might do is bring in guys who do their power play differently and do their penalty kill differently. But you're not going to change that with 4 games left. Not drastically enough.
David Carl, coach of Denver. Yeah, no, is it more though? It's a different voice. It's a different voice in the locker. It is for sure. But you're professional players here. Like, you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. Every coach has got a lifespan.
It's not like Pee Wee or Adam where it's like, well, how didn't you have this kid on the power play?
Yeah.
He's got a bullet. He can move.
Yeah.
Why aren't you utilizing? Like, it's not that.
There is a need for a different voice. Sometimes, even though the game doesn't change, the coach doesn't come in and we play hockey completely differently with a 6th player. The game doesn't change, but what changes is his language.
There could be some philosophy.
Yeah, some philosophy, right? Some of the things, he might change their power play breakout. He might change their forecheck. But again, every coach in the National Hockey League has seen what Peter DeBoer's got in his basket, right? Like, there's nothing in there that the other John Cooper's going, geez, I've never seen that from him before.
I think the Islanders are cooked.
I do too.
What are they?
I think the loss of the goaltenders more than anything.
4 points back, well, then you go and get Shen. Like, you made a move, like you made this push. But they're
three back with 4 games to go.
How good was that Columbus Detroit game last night?
Yeah, no
basically
kidding.
being a playoff game. I watched Montreal play last night. We were in Calgary, so they are so exciting. Lane Hudson is so good.
Montreal's built their team a little differently. They're fast. They're good with the puck. They move the puck incredibly well. They play strong in through the neutral zone. That's the one thing you watch about Montreal. Through the neutral zone, they're strong. They can turn around. They can get back on you quickly. They're going to be fun to watch.
I think
right now, who would they play in the first round? They would play Buffalo. Flip a coin, kids.
I don't want either of those teams out.
Flip a coin.
In round 1.
No, I want them both. I'm with you. This playoff format they got isn't working for me.
I don't like it. How are you sleeping at night if you're an Oilers fan?
With a rabbit's foot under your pillow, I'm not sure, right?
When do we see Pickard in net?
They flat out released him. He's not even in the American League, is he?
Why can't you bring him back? Who are you going to run with there?
Let's go see where Calvin is.
Jari? What happened last night? Oof. And it was funny, and this probably ain't going to be a good take, and people are going to be mad at me. But as soon as McDavid scores that goal, and everyone's like, oh, what planet is he playing on? If there was a league better than the NHL, like, it'd be his league. Yeah. And yes, but no one laid a... And I get it's hard to hit fast guys like that. Yeah. But when he cut across that middle and to score the goal, and I'm like, in the playoffs,
you got to
think someone's getting it. But then Utah seems like they are a little bit on the soft side. And that could be a first-round matchup, I heard.
That is going to be the first-round matchup. If Vegas or if Edmonton wins the division.
You don't send a message yet.
Pillow fight division, as they're calling it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Vegas... from what I saw, and you got Edmonton.
And Anaheim.
Which they're now Jekyll and Hyde situation.
Struggling. Yeah. By the way, Picard is in Bakersfield. They could pull him up.
How long? When do they make that call? What do you got? 4 games left?
They can do it any time.
Are you gonna try and think that? Do you have the solutions right now? And again, they need Zach Hyman. They need a healthy Zach Hyman.
They need Draisaitl back.
For sure. But right? Draisaitl, McDavid aside, you need
Hyman on the wing. Yeah.
That guy's playoffs, man.
The other thing, and I mean, Florida's right out of the playoffs, right? So let's look at the last 2 Stanley Cup finals. Florida's out. They're not even getting a ticket. Edmonton is still in, but Edmonton is still just as tired as Florida, just as beat up as Florida.
I was just thinking that today. Exactly.
And so Edmonton is going to, if they, and I can't see them going deep this year just because it's so hard. But if Edmonton struggles or goes a couple of rounds, next year they'll be completely exhausted. Like, just so hard to go that deep in the playoffs every year. It just wears you out. Don't give me the professional athletes. They're playing an extra half a season to the other teams.
Can we go to break here? Can we go to break here? And then I need somebody. I need you. I need the listeners at 936-6262 or the YouTube chat, Prairieland Rentals text line. I need someone to explain this to me. Artemis 2? This spaceship rocket that went around the moon?
Yeah.
Why should I be excited about it? Don't give that to me right now. When we get back, let's talk space exploration and myths, conspiracy theorists, and all that. It is a Sports Cage streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. Welcome back to the Sports Cage. 936-6262, Prairieland Rentals text line. Some of you are already coming in with something I've wanted to talk about for a few days. I don't know how the show's gone the last weeks. I've been busy. But I know a lot of times people like to talk more than sports.
Current events.
Current events. Have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Let's have a show. Let's entertain.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm really trying to wrap my head around, this Artemis 2 rocket.
Yep.
Is it a spaceship or a rocket? Or what is it called?
It's a spaceship.
Okay. I get it. It's going to the moon. It did a loop-de-loop, basically a big U-turn.
Yep.
Around the moon.
Yep.
And coming back. I get there's a Canadian on there as well. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Okay. What I get it. They snapped some photos and they are going to go back and then land and do some stuff.
Not this trip.
No.
No. Another trip.
That's Artemis 3.
Yeah.
We've been there. They've done it. It was in the 70s.
60s. Well, 60s.
Which we're going to get into in a second. But
I know where you're going. Oh, man.
What I don't want. Seriously. Okay, we went around and we went further. Like one of the most impressive things I have ever read or I think happened. The internet, when you really think about what the internet is and all that, just is mind blowing.
Pretty amazing.
Apollo 13. That's hard pressed to be more intense, more amazing in my brain on what they did when they realized they had an explosion while they're cruising to the moon in space where you don't
limited options.
You don't. It's not like you can just be like, well, I'm going to turn. Hold on, I'm going to get to the roundabout, then I'm going to go back. Like you are, and then
this thing could go wrong a lot of ways.
And then it's like we got to get into the basically the lifeboat, which was the modular or whatever that they were going to actually land on the moon.
Yeah.
They figure out a way to get into that contraption, and this is how we're getting back. And then NASA and Houston sitting there going, okay, we got to calculate now how you're going to whip around the moon, and then you got to come back at the right
angle.
And they're all, you see it. There's video footage. They're sitting there with rulers and things in geometry class that I never really opened up in school. And they're figuring this out on the fly. On the fly.
Yes.
And I'm just sitting there going.
They got a shoebox full of parts they dumped out and said, whatever they need's got to be fixed.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, because the carbon monoxide. Yes. So they had to make filters for air right there and then. What year was that? Hold on.
73, 74?
70. Apollo 13.
Okay.
Yep,
Apollo 13, 70. Right there and then, if you start really the carbon monoxide thing and you're one of those pilots, I think you're just like, well, this is how it ends. It's done.
I might as well head to Mars because we're finished.
And then someone from Houston goes, we got a solution. We need you to find a plastic bag, some cardboard, and duct tape. Basically, we need you to make a filter.
Yeah.
And that worked. That was just one thing. Then there's like condensation and water, and they had to like turn the heat off, so they're freezing.
Yep.
Then we go back to the whole whipping around the moon and coming at the right angle back to Earth. When they got around that, I could watch that movie, and I've watched documentaries. That's one of those things that I can just sit there and watch and watch and watch. When they come around that moon and then they see Earth again, and they talk about that, and they're just like,
didn't think they were ever going to see it again.
It's home. Yeah. Like, can we just get it? And then how they... And 93662...
So it's sort of like driving from Moose Jaw to Regina. You can see it, but you're not there yet.
Yeah, but you lose your vehicle. But no, you're driving on a Harley and a sidecar, and the Harley clunks out at the mine, and you got to get to Moose Jaw in a sidecar. Oh, and it's freezing out.
Similar, but not exactly the same. Yeah.
Okay, like I'm just wrapping. Okay, so now Artemis 2 goes further. It loops around, and it's
coming back.
When is it supposed to splash down? It's by San Diego. I know that.
Yeah,
they're doing Pacific Ocean style.
Yeah.
I don't know the date they're returning, but
I was in my Apollo 13 Wikipedia. Hold on, I gotta get to Artemis 2 now. Speaking of which, Apollo 13 happened 56 years ago, 4 days from now. So
that's impressive.
Right around the right time.
1970,
56 years,
and everything that knocked my socks off. This one, I'm what? And then they're like, oh, they're going back to the moon. No, they're not landing.
No.
And I'm like, they're just going around it? I'm like, it's 2026. So shouldn't we be on Mars by now? Shouldn't we have things on the moon? Like, shouldn't there be people up there that you can, like, FaceTime?
So what you're saying is you don't think they've been to the moon?
Well, now that opens up a whole other can of worms.
Where's your tinfoil hat?
I think I read 10% of the American population believes that the original moon landing never happened.
And so I'm not a believer in that it absolutely didn't happen. But if you think about the time and what was happening in the world at that time, it is possible that the United States
lied
in the battle with the Soviet Union for world supremacy, lied. But if you think about the conspiracy and the number of people would have to be involved to pull off that lie and to keep it secret for all these years, that's a big lie.
My kids, 13 and 15, coming on here.
Yeah.
That's the debate we had. They're like, you mean to say that no? And they're looking, we're out for a nice meal in Vegas. We're all looking up if we're having a debate. I'm like, why don't you guys come on the SportsCage? Mm-hmm. And they're like, they went through how many people were involved. I'm like, you think none of these people on their deathbed say, we did it in the...
in the soundstage in Burbank.
We did it in that Quonset out back behind, you know?
Yeah.
Like somebody would. I think so. Who's holding the camera here?
It's attached to the spaceship.
Allegedly.
I've got a second clip here. Actually, I've got several.
Isn't there something about
this?
The
weirdest B-roll day for me. I didn't ever think I'd be grabbing moon footage for a sports show.
Isn't it a great topic, though?
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, once he hops off here, I'll switch to a different one. But, yeah, I grabbed footage here when he comes up to grab the camera and then start walking around. So, yeah, here he's coming up to grab the camera off of the spaceship and then go walking around on them.
I'm probably 60-40 that it happened. I'm not a Hyundai.
I'm not
100% that this is either. And then the whole flag thing, the stiff flag, and then you read, well, there was a rod in it, and
yeah. I mean, you can work around that. Like, I can live with whatever that story is. There's a couple of things that really throw me off. One, they broadcasted it live on television, or at least said it was live on TV, but they couldn't do an NFL game live at that time. They had an NFL game had a tape delay element to it before it was broadcast.
Howard Cosell.
Yeah, so Howard had started at 2, but the game didn't come on until 2:50.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
keep going.
That's a heck of a cord they dragged to the moon to broadcast back to Earth, right? So that's one I've got a red flag with. The other one is if we'd been there and apparently they did it more than once. We've got all this environmental concern. Why don't we land again and see how it's affected the moon? If it was so easy, let's go back. Well, it's not easy.
You think by 2026, sorry.
And nobody else has been there.
My brain, allegedly, goes in 1970 or 69 or whatever you wanted. When was Buzz and the fellas? 69? 68?
69 or 68, yeah.
68.
We should get that number down. Yeah, when was it for sure?
For Apollo 11?
No, but like
the one that landed.
The one that Buzz Aldrin and
Neil Armstrong.
1969.
Okay, so 69, they go to the moon, they do all this stuff. Then they go twice again. Yeah. Then in 2026, wouldn't you have thought that going to the moon would be as easy as like parallel parking? downtown by now.
You would think so.
Well, seriously.
Yeah.
Have you seen people try to parallel
We're
park?
supposed to have flying cars. We're supposed to have all that in this. You know, like we've evolved, but then really we haven't. Like some of the stuff we still do. Have you seen the printers they still have at airports? And they still print. I'm like, who's keeping those people in business?
Hey.
The airports.
Hey, I sell them stuff.
The printers, not the paper. The printers.
Okay. Well, they need the paper. If
I think
they've got
I
the
love
printers.
it.
Yeah.
But in 2026, we are. I sorry, and if I offended anybody on this, but I saw this and I started reading on it, and I'm like, well, this is cool. Where are they going? Are they going to Mars? And I'm like, well, they're just doing a loop around the moon. I'm like, haven't we already
They're
done
just
it?
going for a spin.
The Apollo 13 guys did that in a lifeboat. And with a made up filter system, freezing, wet, and then had to somehow get back, and they had to like hammer these. They had to get rid of. So Rose just texted in. I love when Rose messages in, by the way. Rose says, "I remember Apollo 13 as a kid.
Okay.
It was a very big, scary, impressive deal. The world watched and held its breath for them." Yeah, like
I don't doubt that.
oh
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Like
it must have been, how many days was it, Rose? Do you remember? And but think about it. There was obviously no internet. There was like two channels.
You watched it on TV, yeah.
But even that, it's like it was we're going to now interrupt our regular scheduled programming for an update from NASA. And then they like moved away from Three's Company, or no, what year were we talking? In the 60s, it would be some
1997, maybe the
Andy Griffith show. I don't know. What were you guys watching back in '69, Sharky?
Bugs Bunny.
Carol Burnett, when does she rock it?
She would have been back there. It's possible, due to the political climate of the time, that they didn't go there. I'm not saying they didn't put the launch up there and put that rocket into space and land back in the ocean, but actually, and then when they landed on the moon, they suddenly had a whole bunch of equipment with them, like a vehicle. They had a vehicle. They landed in a Volkswagen and they popped out a Buick. Like, that's the other problem I got. Right? Colson, what are you doing?
Did they leave it there?
Yep.
Well, how do you think they got it?
So did these guys take a picture of it?
They phoned CAA and get it towed back?
Did these guys take a picture of it?
Of the vehicle?
Yeah. What's still that? I heard there's mirrors. They left mirrors.
Yeah, whichever mission it was that they took the rover there, they left it there because you don't have enough fuel to bring that thing back with all that weight and whatever. I'm trying to find the exact day for Apollo 13 on Splashdown, which I can't quite find for whatever reason. I don't know why that's the detail they're skipping over here. But it was April 13th at 10 p.m. Eastern when the accident happened for Apollo 13.
Yeah, Houston, we've had a problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, that iconic line.
Oh, my stomach just drops every time I hear that.
The lunar roving vehicle used on Apollo's 15 and look at that. They've got like a literally a Volkswagen.
Is that the first? No, Apollo 11 was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, did they just leave these vehicles every time they went there, or did they?
Pretty much.
Did they use it? No, they wouldn't be able to use it again.
Depends on how they made it. But
what about the Martians? Have they gone there and been like, "What the heck is this thing?"
What?
It's like a
Why
golf
haven't the
cart.
Russians gone up and landed there?
Well, Yuri Gagarin was the first ever man in space.
He was.
And have you ever seen his costume that he was wearing?
It was not good.
Oh, that's scary. Hey, Yuri, we don't know what's up there, man, but we're gonna send you there.
We've got this coverall
And we hope you'll come back,
and a
comrade.
motorcycle helmet. Yeah.
Cue ball.
April 17th was Splashdown for Apollo 13. So basically 3 full days after the accident happened. They were still making their
Crap
way
my
back.
pants.
And to answer you for what Artemis 2 is doing, again, we haven't been to deep space in 50 years. That's what we're talking about right now. We haven't been to the moon in 50 years. So all of the technology is completely different. All of the life supports are different. They want to avoid another Apollo 13, which is why they're doing this. Going out, testing everything, making sure everything's working as it should.
If it hasn't been that important for how many years, why is it all of a sudden important again?
Yeah.
Don't
We're
ask
trying
me.
to beat the Russians again, or is this the Chinese we're trying to beat there?
I think it's the Chinese this time. Whoever the big baddie is on
Wouldn't
the block.
it be funny if the Chinese just said, "Hey, hold my beer, we're going to Mars. Next week, we're going to Mars. We're going to do things up there."
What are we, something that they landed there and there's a Chinese flag?
And they went to the backside, and the Chinese in the middle finger, and Dean on the text line. I was just talking to a buddy today about the first moon landing and the fact that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the moon, but the third guy, Michael Collins, didn't get to leave the spacecraft. How did that make him feel?
Well, somebody had to make sure that the door didn't lock.
Well, then, hey, come back in here and let me go for a twirl.
Yeah.
I want to dance around a bit, check out some stuff.
But he didn't even land on the moon. He still, because they sent the lander down, and he was still in the thing going around. Right? I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So
He didn't even get off the big rocket. He
exactly. If I'm understanding it correctly, which means too, he's going around. At one point, he goes behind the moon again and loses contact with absolutely everybody. He is completely on his own there. I'm like, man, that would be lonely.
Brandon says,
Wow.
glad Barney is back. Why can Hubble zoom in and see the flag on the moon if it's still there? The car. They left vehicles there.
Have you ever like held something really up close to your eye and it gets really blurry? That's why, because Hubble's designed to look deep. I've seen that one before.
That seems like a poor excuse. If they can look deep, they can look close.
Well,
Al,
sure. It's not designed.
Al on
for
the
it.
text line says, "Hey guys, what a great chat about space events. Keep it going. Maybe people will wake up." So I think Al's in the 10%.
I think so. Yeah.
And then Rose, here we go. Rose is back. Oh, she's sending pictures now. Like Rose lived Apollo 13. She remembers what did she say? She was 13. Apollo 13. She just sent us a Google where you had 5 days. 5 days the world waited.
Wow.
The mission lasted a total of 5 days, and the last 3 of them, 6 days.
So 3
almost.
days of them trying to grind to get back.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I was looking, like they had a couple options to like, if we run out of fuel, if we do whatever this, right? They had a couple bailout options.
Oh, it's crazy.
But they were so past that already when this happened. So, yeah.
And there was 50, they had 15, we're getting pressed for time. There was 15 minutes of something that they had to figure out, what was it? And all the guys in NASA are like in Houston, and they're like, and they figured it out in 15 minutes. I think it was maybe the filters.
It might have been the angle. I think it was the angle.
It's the angle.
It's the angle.
Give me a break. How dumb do you feel when you see people do this? Like you like.
I talk on the radio.
We got to go to break. It's SportsCage.
I'd push a lot of buttons, but they had a lot more to deal with.
I mean, Colson, you got the same, basically the same
We're
board they
home
had.
of space exploration talk, and I'm soon to be wearing a tinfoil hat. We'll be right back.
Get to.
Okie dokie, SJHL playoffs continued tonight in Weyburn. Bombers leading that after a win last night. Flin Flon, Weyburn, 7 p.m. The Red Wings trying to even that series. The York and Terriers trying to even things up in the Battlefords. Stars lead the best of 7, 2-1. That game can be heard on GX94 starting at 7:15 p.m. with Benny Walchuk. National Hockey League tonight. Canadian teams, Toronto, who cares, is home to Washington. Edmonton is in San Jose after that collapse last night against Utah. Toronto Blue Jays, Los Angeles Dodgers playing hardball right now, 9th inning. Top of the 9th.
Hey.
Toronto leads 4-3.
We've missed that.
SportsCage.com poll today. How do you feel about the Toronto Blue Jays considering their slow start to the season? You can vote at SportsCage.com. It's for Reliance Heath. That's hour 1. Hour 2. More space exploration talk. And Luke Mullinder. It's a Sports Cage. We'll be back. You're back. Sharky's back. Colson's here. Wednesday edition. I'm back.
Colson's got the same switchboard as NASA.
Week. Oh, man. Look at this. This text line is just humming. People want to talk space exploration.
I don't blame them.
We're giving them an avenue. We're also talking more sports. Talking NHL. What happened last night. Oiler fans not happy. Blue Jays beat the Dodgers 4-3. Just finishing. We got more coming up. Talked about the SJ in round 1. Luke Mullinder is going to be with us in about 5 minutes time. Not even. Can we go to Sprinkle of the Day right now?
Sure.
Can we do this? Masters starts tomorrow.
Ooh. Get it on the board. What do we got? Rory's got to be the favorite.
Do I have action? Little tickets from a certain sports book in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Would you mind telling us which one?
No.
Okay.
No free plugs. So, you know that the NCAA Hockey Championship starts there today, too?
In Vegas?
T-Mobile. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so for today, sportselect.com, you can go to futures. Here are futures on the Masters. Will there be a hole-in-one?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I would have thought those. I would have thought those odds would have been a little different.
If you're not watching on the YouTube stream, yes, pays 170. No, pays 195.
Did you see the practice round today? Because that was today.
That's the par 3 competition.
I know, but still, I know it's just a competition just for fun, whatever. But there was 4 today, hole-in-ones.
Yeah, that little rinky-dink par 3 course, though.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah,
it ain't the real course.
Okay. No.
Okay, you can bet on that. I'll take the no at 195 maybe there.
Yeah, I'd go with the no. Okay.
Another future.
Will there be a playoff?
Will there be a playoff? Yes, pays 450.
I'd take the yes on that.
Why wouldn't a guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, that's yeah. And then do we want to go winner? Let's go winner margin. Click on winner margin. One shot
pays 335.
Playoff 380. You might as well take the play. Might as well take the 380 there. 4 shots or more. 380. 2 shots for 475. That's worth it. 3 shots. A 3-shot margin. SportsSelect.com. Go run to your lotto spot retailer.
Go hit that 6 1/4.
3 shots, 625 it pays.
Nice.
Love the Masters, man.
Who do they have as the winner? Who do they have as the favorite?
Guess.
Scheffler.
Of course.
Murray's down at 11.5.
I do not want Scotty Scheffler in his beige pants and his bad gear. He's just so uninteresting.
Do you think Rory can go back to back?
No.
I like Matsuyama at 28.
He won't win. He'll be there. He's like a good, you can't play it on sports. Like he's a good like top 10.
Yeah.
If you want to play it. So I got a lot of top 5, a lot of top 10 guys. I'll tell you one guy I took. I've never heard of him in my life. But I'm at the book and I got the piece of paper in front of me. And I was like, I thought this guy played in the NHL. Seriously, you're going to find his name. Here.
Where'd it go?
Sammy Valimaki. Can you look him up where he's from, Colson?
Can you pick him just to be in there for the final four?
I thought there's a goalie in the NHL. Val, he played for the Coyotes.
There was a goalie,
Utah
Val
now.
or something.
He's Finnish.
Sammy,
Yeah, so is the goalie.
Tempere.
No, it's Villa something.
No. It's Valimaki. There was a goalie Valimaki too. I'm almost positive.
Googleizing.
Utah goalie Vala something. But I put money on him, I think, to finish top 10. Go Finland. Go. Scotty Scheffler is the front runner, like we said. John Rahm. Can't bet on any of those guys at the Live Tour, though.
Sammy's a 288 to win.
Mm-hmm. There's value there. $5 pays you $14.40.
Yeah, that's all right.
SportsSelect.com. We'll talk more about it as we go along here. We'll see what odds change. It is Masters Week. You don't have to go and fill it out now. You can do it all online with your phone or whatever. You get a QR code. They scan it at the Lotto Spot retailer. You got your ticket. Every bet is 100% legal. Must be 18 plus to play and play responsibly. That was Sprinkle of the Day. This is going to be a long segment. Should we break first? Or should we break? Sure. Okay, let's go to break, and then we're going to come back with Luke Mullinder.
Love it.
It's a Sports Cage, streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. Okay, Luke Mullinder Luke Mullinder standing by. We're going to get to him in a bit here. First off, Rose. Rose has been key on the Prairie Land Rentals text line.
She was there.
She lived it. She was 13 years old when Apollo 13 went down. If you've never seen the movie Apollo 13,
it's worth it.
Run to Family Video, TVS, whatever, Wonderland Amusements, rent it tonight. Rose says apparently the key fob for your car has as much computing power as the 1969 computer on Apollo. It's Apollo 11, right? Was the first one to land?
Yeah.
She said Armstrong, this is from Rose. Armstrong
Who's
just
now
about...
our official moon expert.
Rose, you might have to come in studio tomorrow. Armstrong just about ran out of fuel and had to fly and land manually. That's Neil. What, Buzz was with him?
Yeah.
And then Buckaroo was just sitting there looping around? Well, how do you know? How did you know?
Michael Collins, wasn't that guy's name?
Collins, last name. Phil's
uncle.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
What? So, again, how do you just say, okay, hey, go up there and do a few loops? Like,
We'll call you.
I think space travel just is baffling. Anytime you leave the atmosphere and you it's crazy. I'm just saying Artemis 2 in 2026, how this all started, if you're just tuning in, I'm like, they're going, where are they going? Mars? What are they doing? They're just doing a sling. They're just doing a loop around the moon.
They just went for a spin.
And I'm like,
they drove up and down Albert Street on Friday night.
What? Yeah.
Into the ledge, out of the ledge, back up, headed.
And then they're coming home.
Yeah.
I get there's a Canadian there that's proud for a lot of you. But it's 2026. Shouldn't we be going there and like doing stuff at this point?
Here's the other thing I think, and I could be wrong, so please feel free to abuse me however you.
Yeah, we're no experts in this.
I don't think there's anything there, and maybe that's why they haven't gone back. They collected some rocks, some dust, apparently, brought it back, looked at it, and went, "This is crap."
Yeah.
There's no reason to go back.
It's like going to find that lake that you've wanted to go all that, and it's like there's no fish.
There's no fish.
It's a slough.
Yeah. You don't go back.
Toxic.
Yeah.
Man, we might be here till 10 o'clock tonight talking about this, to be honest. And people are texting like my personal phone too. Western Pizza. I've been gone for 10 days. I tell you, I'm withdrawal. I need Western Pizza. Perfect pizza, generous amount of toppings. All the Greek favorites. Where I'm going to hit a lasagna. Their lasagna is top notch. Western Pizza guest hotline. Joining us, our friend, color commentator on our Rider broadcasts, Luke Mullinder. Do you want to start with space exploration, or do we want to start with sports?
Well, first of all, I wholeheartedly agree with Sharky. I just don't think that they found anything on the moon the first time, so there's been no reason to rush back. Some scientist might have said, hey, apparently there might be some oil reserves under there. So we were like, oh, yeah, we didn't drill last time. We better go and drill a little bit deeper. Maybe there is some oil up there. Right? Sounds like the moon needs some freedom.
Pipeline contract? Holy smokes. Yeah.
Oh, well,
There's
it is what. Yeah, so no, I don't think so. You know what? I still am amazed that we would rather go to space than figure out what's at the bottom of the ocean. That's my whole deal. Like, we have only explored like 15% of the ocean, and I think it's one of those deals where they don't want to find out what's in the ocean. So we're going to space. Like, why would you go with 85% of the ocean undiscovered? What's the rush to get to space?
What do you think's down there?
Space.
No, in the ocean, not.
Oh, in the ocean? Man, dude. This is one of those things that can go to 10 o'clock. Like, I got so many ideas. Like, I think that, the civilization that we've always been looking for above us in space, I think it's down there, right? I think we just don't want to find it.
There's a spooky fish. When you see those cameras go down there, and they're like, this thing lives, and it looks like something out of a horror movie.
You think there's a universe down there, or some sort of life form, or what are you thinking, Luke? Where are you going?
Absolutely. I think that there's the craziest things we have ever even imagined down there. That's what I think. But again, we'd rather go to space.
Like living in the subway system. In some of these cities, you see these documentaries of people living in like the subways. No, but back to the space thing, and then where this started, Luke, is I'm last week and I'm like Artemis 2 and it's going to and I'm like, where's it going? It's just going around the moon. And I'm like, okay, so? And then I start thinking Apollo 13, what those guys did when that explosion happens and they're on their way, and then they got to get in the lunar module, and then they got to loop around and figure out how to build filters, and then they somehow got back to Earth in 1970, whatever it was. That's impressive. In 2026 to go do a joyride around the moon, whatever.
I'm just glad Katy Perry's not on the trip this time. Like they took some real astronauts this time around. They didn't just load up on Hollywood celebrities to do a social media post.
Wouldn't that be something that he would just show his face up there?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people that would have hoped that maybe he got lost up there. Maybe he didn't make the return trip home by accident.
Yeah. No kidding.
Jimmy on the text line. He's ruined a country. Why not ruin a solar system?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, moon stuff aside for a sec, Michigan wins the Final Four at March Madness, NCAA basketball champ. As a Michigan State, you're one of the first guys I think about when I see them winning and my UConn ticket being ripped up and thrown into the bin at Planet Hollywood. And I go, I wonder what Luke Mullinder, like the Michigan State guy, thinks about this. Do you care?
I didn't watch it. I wasn't going to watch it. I'm not watching that university play anything. I don't. They could be playing checkers for all I care, and I'm not watching it. Here's the thing. What I get annoyed with, it's not so much that other university. It's the people that didn't go to that other university that went to like Saskatchewan Tech A&M texting me about the university down the street. And them, like their affiliation. There's so many people that have affiliated themselves with that other place that it's like my buddy's now on a unfortunately he's been blocked for the next month or so.
Throw out his name.
Because he had the nerve to send me No, it's not Dave Thomas. He sent me this big university of the other side of Michigan. He sent me this whole thing about his adoration for them since his childhood. And I'm like, dude, you went to the University of Alberta. Like, let's actually like show some pride in the. I've never seen so many people show pride in another university. Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And texting me about it.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh man, go blow. Hey Luke, go blow. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, dude, you went to Miller High School. Like, what are you talking about here? What are we talking about? I don't go back and forth with those idiots who want to shoot me a text about the other university, but I didn't really watch it. I unfortunately, when Duke was out, I figured that was the only team that had a chance to beat the other team. And they unfortunately, they lost. Our team, we crapped the bed again. So we were out. From that point, I wasn't watching.
What did State do when you were there?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you went to school there.
So we were fresh off a national championship when I got there, right? You got to remember, we had the Flintstones, Mateen Cleaves, Mo Peterson. Like when I got there, we were doing national championship parades. Like it was awesome. We were Jason Richardson. Man, I went to Michigan State when we had some absolute ballers in the program. Jason Richardson, Shannon Brown, Mateen Cleaves, Mo Peterson. Like those are the guys that I went to school with. Dave Thomas, who's from Brampton, Ontario, right? Like we had some guys that, Shannon Brown, he'd jump out the gym. Everybody knows who Jason Richardson is, right? He's one of my teammates was his roommate for a while. We were a national championship program back then.
Tom Izzo?
Tom Izzo.
Oh man, see?
Oh.
That legend.
Look at you.
Legend. Well,
Yeah, I mean, we've got legends at Michigan State, man. Magic Johnson, everybody knows who he is. Steve Smith, like we've got some great basketball alumni. We've got some great football alumni, and so when it comes to the other university across the street, man, who cares?
It's funny he brings up because you get that with people Michigan, and then you get it with Alabama.
Yep.
People will jump on and be like, "Oh,
they're suddenly big Alabama fans."
And it's like you went to Kelsey.
Oh,
you went to Nate.
Roll Tide, and their university degree is from Laurier.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean Roll Tide? Like, guys, like. No, seriously, this is a problem with me. I'm a proud Michigan State alumni. I'm a Spartan dog, and I'm a Spartan dog for life. I'm never gonna sit there and be like, "Roll Tide, hook 'em horns, guys, hook 'em horns." Like, never. I don't understand where other people. Professional sports teams I understand, but texting me about another university's success when I went to the better school isn't gonna.
You will never get caught in somebody else's colors, will you? Yeah, it's your green all the time.
Let's sell it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
No sell out. So get the hell out.
Yeah,
as the song says.
The only time, and this is where the loyalty ends. The only time I would ever consider putting on a different color, especially those colors, would be if my son decided he wanted to be associated with that university. That would be the only time I would drop my loyalty right now.
He'd have to attend.
Enroll.
Yes.
Dude, no, I'm not talking about being a fan. He's not allowed to be a fan of that school. He's you get no. He needs to go to the school where, you know what I mean, be like enrolled or do a sport there. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, you're not.
Yeah. What I'm curious. I don't know how still tied in you are with things though. What is, and you don't have to give us names, but have you heard, or what's the craziest donation you've ever heard from a backer to a university program? Maybe it is Michigan State.
Well, it's changed now with nil, right, guys?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Michigan State. I mean, and this is what I know a little bit about this, but we're creating a $4 billion fund for Michigan State athletics in the school, right? Through name and image and likeness. You know, you've got Matt Ishbia and Draymond Green. Draymond Green donated like $100 million over 10 years. Some of our alumni from the football program are big donors, right? So I think that as we go along, you're not actually going to see quote crazy. It's just the new norm, right? Like, you've got these universities that are, I mean, if you look at it, you look at, for instance, Alabama, that's, had so much success like their football program, it funds every single athletics team outside of basketball on campus, right? And still has money left over to buy new stadiums. And that's where the business is headed. So I don't think that there is any more crazy stories about, donors and stuff like that. I think back in the day, right, like you had the more weird stories. Like, man, when I went to school with the greatest athlete I've ever seen in my life, Charles Rogers. He got taken number 2 overall by the Detroit Lions in 2002. Greatest athlete I've ever seen to this day. And I can't imagine what Charles Rogers would have been pulling in nil money per semester if we were in this. But back in my day, Charles Rogers couldn't get a free slice of pizza. Otherwise, the whole university would have been, put in a violation, and we'd have lost scholarships. Like, it was crazy. You couldn't get anything as a student athlete, right? And I think that that's probably where, and I've seen this in a lot of organizations, right, is where you swing the pendulum. So they swung the pendulum on name, image, and likeness to really support the university athletes that were making billions of dollars for the university, but they probably swung it a little bit too far, right? So eventually the pendulum will swing back. But yeah, like, just the fact that I went to, like, TJ Duckett, 18th overall to the Atlanta Falcons in 2002, and I think about just how much money he could have made as a university athlete is just astronomical, right? It's just, the game's changed so much. It's pretty crazy.
It's interesting you talk about the pendulum swing, because that's exactly the way I've thought it. They can't continue to pay 17 and 18-year-old guys coming out of Western Canada playing hockey $750,000 a year to go to university. It just, the math doesn't work. It's not there.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
Yeah.
I think for me, the concern when it comes to hockey, right? I think the concern is like how, as for instance, how as the Regina Pats, the Saskatoon Blades, how do we keep our talent in province when a university of like Delaware State is just going to offer the kid $150,000 per semester to play there? Right, that's the challenge for Canada, and for hockey in general too. Is like, hey, like, what is the pull for a 16-year-old? Why would a 16-year-old, want to stay in the WHL if the University of Michigan State, a great hockey program, shout out Ryan Miller and John Michael Lyles, want to give you $300,000, right? Like there's going to be that conversation that Canada has to have when it comes to their athletes if they want to support the WHL and things like that.
It's going to start getting older though. Like the Gavin McKenna's, the exceptions, the 18-year-olds are going to be few and far between. They're going to be older.
Rare.
They're not going to be able because it's just too big and strong, and you're playing against men.
Yeah, so hold on a second.
Their Div 1 program.
But the thing is, guys, that's the problem. Is we have to keep the exceptional guys, right? Like if you if you were the Regina Pats and you want to fill the building, right? You don't care if the guys that you're getting the normal guys. You want to be able to keep the Connor Bedards. You want to be able to keep, right, like the Sam Steeles. Those are the guys that are going to bring in people to the building, right? Like you're going to be able to create some local heroes. It's the guys who are the exception to the rule. Those are the guys you want to keep in the building. And name, image, and likeness. I mean, you're essentially losing those guys. Like think of it back then. Think of it if Michigan State University had offered Connor Bedard at the height of his like $500,000 to come play at Michigan State, and his family wasn't well off. You know what I mean? Like, you think he's playing in the Pat jersey, right? No, absolutely not. So it's the exceptional guys that you have to figure out what the game plan is going to be for.
You know what? And you're tied to university sports, Sharky. Wouldn't it be nice, and this just opens up a whole can of worms, and Canada's a different ball game and all that. Wouldn't it be nice if Canada just had like an eighth of the money that these American programs have for their athletics?
Well, I've always said that we need to invest a lot more resources into our Canadian athletes, especially in today's day and age, boys. Like our Canadian athletes are so much better than they were, back when I was coming out of school. We got guys that are NFL draft picks. We got guys who are the best player in the NBA is Canadian right now. Yep. Right? Like, that's how good we are as a country now. And I do think that we need to consider putting some more resources in and keeping some of these guys at home. It's clear that they have the talent to make it to the big leagues, right? Like, they should be honing their careers and their abilities to make it to the big leagues in Canada if we can keep them here. Right, so let's invest in our schools, but for some reason that's always been a discussion that's just never made it to like a tangible place. And I've been a big sort of proponent of this for the longest, right? Like it's just never been, it's never been on in people's mind. But again, like I do understand it too. We also don't have the capacity in Canada, right? We've got a tenth of the population. We don't have the major networks that they do, like SN, and that's it, and Sportsnet, right? Like you can't. It's hard to create any competitive and any market shares with just two stations.
It's an interesting point, and you're exactly right. And it's capacity is the biggest thing. You think in Western Canada, we're playing from Victoria to literally Winnipeg. Just all those costs that go with it, travel, space, time. Whereas Northeastern sports, they're all within. They bus everywhere, right? They're right. They're not far away. Even when you were in Michigan State, what would have been your furthest team that you would have played? Right? How far would you guys have had to travel? Just due to the volume of teams in your area. Yeah, the volume of teams in your area, it wasn't excessive.
But you need, and I think the big thing is you need the rich alumnus of these Canadian schools to drop a $100 million check. Instead of like, hey, we're fundraising, and Sharky cuts a check to U of R for $150. You need some of the guys that have the big.
I don't have the $100 million one. They're going to get the one.
Who's the rich? Who would be the three richest humans that went to the U of R.
Well, that's the problem. The U of R is only 50 years old. So when you think about it, like if somebody did really, really well, they're just 70. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's not guys, there's U of S guys in their 80s and 90s that are still living off money, right?
Yeah, but it's
U of A.
The problem, I mean, the other thing is too, though, guys, is that, you know, like it doesn't matter how much a donor has. You have to have the infrastructure around the game to be able to put it in front of viewers, right? You got to get it on stream. You got to get the staff to, you know, to bring the games from the arena to your phone, things like that, right? Like it's the infrastructure, and a donor. It's not just the donor situation that needs to. You need to be able to create some resources for sports, amateur sports in this country. It's the biggest thing. And you know what? We're inching towards it, right? Like, you know, but the other problem is to get some serious funding. Unfortunately, you also have to be looked at as an Olympic sport, right? So that's where the opportunities for some of these other sports are. Is because they're an Olympic sport. So it's a tough road.
Antoine in Regina, and we might need you to send in proof of your degree. It says, "Hey Luke, I'm one of those U of M alum that's always been a Wolverines fan. I'm sensing some little brother energy." Ooh.
Well, Anton, swing by and you and Luke can have a chat.
I want to see. We need to see documentation that you were in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
See, that's the arrogance of that university right there. Prove it. Like, dude, get a grip, right? Get a grip.
Okay, let's.
We're about a month.
This guy. Like, come on. What are we talking about?
And
throw me your dude. These guys.
We struck a nerve.
These entitled fools. Like,
we're about a month out of camp, give or take. What's right now? What's Luke Mullinder most excited or maybe intrigued to see when camp starts in Saskatoon?
I want to see if Jack Cohn's truly ready to be a number 2 quarterback in this league. Mechanically, but also, I mean, it's year 3. I know that obviously losing a guy like Jake Mayer is a tough sort of gap. But again, like, this is why you scout. This is why you have a network of scouts. This is why you put guys on practice rosters, and this is why you groom guys to eventually be in a position to prove that the investment was worth the effort. So I'm really excited to see what Jack Cohn's got. I want to see how this D-line continues to develop out. Again, I think that you need to continue to build some depth in. But again, like, we need some pass rushers to replace the loss of obviously a guy like Malik Carney. Haba Baldonado too is a big loss. Like, we didn't just lose Malik Carney, we lost Haba Baldonado as well. So it'll be nice to see a guy that comes in ready to take a spot, and now also the backup spot that's probably available there too. So those are the 2 sort of positions that I'm looking at. I'm not, again, I just think that quarterback position is such an important spot in this league. I always say you need 2 quarterbacks to be successful, and you need 2 quarterbacks to be in a legitimate hunt for a Grey Cup championship. So I'm really interested to see if Jack Cohn makes that next step. And you don't give up a guy like Jake Mayer without a big fight if you're not confident in the guy behind him. So, I mean, you know, we know what we get out of Tommy Stevens. That guy's a guaranteed first down and short yardage situations. Now let's also, you know, continue coaching up Jack Cohn. And if Trevor Harris needs to miss a couple games, which would be, you know, would probably as far as we'd want to see Jack Cohn, maybe, you know, do some spot duty and maybe a couple games at the most. Let's hope he's been worth the investment. Right?
Can Tommy Stevens be that number 2 guy, or is he pigeonholed to the short yardage?
I'm saying yes.
Yeah, I think that you got to give Tommy Stevens the opportunity to compete. Right? I think that's the biggest thing. You understand what Tommy Stevens is good at, which is a very valuable, and you guys, we got to be realistic about the third down situation in the CFL. While we are a 3-down league, right? Like, and while short yardage is that important, like you need a guy like Stevens who can guarantee that success rate, right? Like it's not a just throwaway down. It's so important to keeping momentum, right? So I think that you let Tommy Stevens compete, but again, I think the number 2 job in terms of like getting in there, running the offense, getting guys in and out of the huddle, we need to see if Jack Cohn's ready to be that guy.
I like it.
What do you think? You talked about the scouting staff, which I think is so important, and they're having the workouts down south over the next month into May. Some guys. What do you think that scouting staff, Jeremy O'Day and that team, what are they maybe looking for? Anybody, best player, come up here, we want to see your sample? Or are they maybe really focusing in on a specific group, Luke?
You know, I had an opportunity to go to a couple of these sort of discovery camps right down in Florida. I went to IMG. There was a high school that the Dodgers. I can't remember what the place is called. It's the Dodgers, old Dodgers facility. Had a great facility there, but I'll never forget it. A guy by the name Jagarrett Davis. Jagarrett Davis started for Calgary. He started in Edmonton. Went to a couple of Grey Cups. Was a very good player here, but you're looking for the Jagarrett Davis type of guys, the guys that might not have been your top guys coming out of college, but just go in there and just absolutely dominate in rec camp. And I remember it, like he was absolutely unstoppable in Florida when I first saw Jagarrett Davis. And I don't know whether they tried to sign him and maybe Calgary beat them to the punch because, you know, every team does these discovery camps, right? So it's not as if the kid's only going to go to the one team, you know, when 9 teams are doing those camps. So he never ended up in Ryder Green, but I remember the impact that he created on that weekend. And I think that that's what you're looking for, the guys that you're like, that A, you're interested in because of the film, that B, you like, they look the part when they come in. So they do the testing, they bench well, they run well, blah, blah, blah. But then they go out and they really are like, wow, like this guy jumped off the page, because Jagarrett Davis truly jumped off the page. And he was a very good player in the Canadian Football League while he was here, right? So I think that that's what you're doing. You're looking for the guys that A, take you by surprise in terms of the drills you're doing, but also, you know, make you want to bump up the guy in terms of, because you've got long lists of players, right? Some of those players aren't going to make that Florida camp, for instance, for whatever reasons, right? Some guys might not be able to get off work, but you want to be like, well, never mind those guys. I'm glad they didn't come because now I want to take Jagarrett Davis into our next camp anyways. You know what I mean? So I think that you're looking for validation because a lot of effort goes into watching all of this film. And then you're looking for those moments that just jump off the page and just make you go, wow, we need to get another look at this guy. You know what I mean?
I couldn't agree with you more. And it's those diamonds in the rough. Those guys that maybe you didn't miss, maybe went to a smaller school, and all of a sudden you see them and you go,
This is a diamond. Yeah. The CFL is a diamonds in the rough league, right? You have guys. And again, guys, when you're in a CFL training camp, day one after rookie camp, every single guy in that locker room was the guy at their college team. But some of those guys didn't play in the SEC. Some of them didn't play in the Big Ten. Some of them played in Division II, Division III, and were stars there, but just didn't get the look. You know, you look at a guy like Jarrell Freeman. Remember Jarrell Freeman, how good he was in Ryder Green and White? He went down. He was the starting linebacker at the Indianapolis Colts. Massively successful career, made money that's going to transform his family's lives for generations, right? That guy came from, I think it was Mary Hardin and Baylor. Like, those guys play in my backyard. Like, their film capacity is iPhones and maybe a drone. Like, their college coaches are getting paid like $20 an hour. You know what I mean? Like, that is a small program, and that is where the CFL accelerates and shines. We find those diamonds in the rough that come out here, be stars. If they earn their way, they get an opportunity to make some transformational money. But again, guys, there's only 32 teams in the NFL. You just can't get a roster spot sometimes, no matter how good you are, and that's the value of our league. Our league provides those opportunities.
Speaking of our league and opportunities, we get that exhibition game coming up in Saskatoon. How big is that going to be? Yeah, what do you think of that idea?
I think it's great. I think that one of the things that you hear from Craig Reynolds especially is that it's the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. It's not the Regina Rough Riders, right? Like, and so whenever you're able to provide a platform like this, I remember when we used to do camp, we would spend one day up at the University of Saskatoon, right? Like we would do our little practice, we would bus up there, practice, right? Sign autographs, kick it with the fans. Then they moved their camp to Saskatoon, which made it even more of a commitment, right? They even at one point did a walkthrough in PA, but to actually bring a professional game there on campus at the U of S, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal for the folks that might not want to travel from PA to Regina for an exhibition game, but still want to see their Saskatchewan Rough Riders. You're providing access to so many more people, and I'm not surprised the tickets have gone quickly, right? I'm sure there's going to be people fighting for rooms in the Holiday Inn with the rooms that are facing towards the field. Yeah. But it's fantastic for the riders. It's fantastic for the league.
Is that will you have one of those rooms that week, and then you just keep it overlooking the stadium? And because
I'm not sure. Well, hey, listen, the arrangements, the logistics and administration is not under my purview. I show up. Right, I show up, I take my orders from Dave, and then that'll be it. You know what I mean? As far as that, I'm hoping though. Okay, well, it'll save some time.
Keep me in mind. I'll run to the ice machine. I'll fill up the ice. Maybe we can sit there and have a cocktail and watch the game. You know what I'm talking about.
Hey, listen, man. I'm pumped. And the nice part is wherever we call the game from, especially if it's from the media box there. I mean, you're like right down on the field. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not up in the air.
What did you think about? We haven't talked about it since. How many? Okay, now here's a question. How many CFLers or NFLers will play for Canada if they make the Olympics in flag football?
Wow. I think that what we have to do and what we need to understand is the respect for the folks that play flag football continue. Like you saw, they took some of the best NFL players and Tom Brady, and they played a flag football team, and they got absolutely mollywopped. Like you have to respect, yes, it's throwing and catching of a football, but at the end of the day, it's a completely different game. It's like the CFL and the NFL, right? Like this is flag football. This is a fantastic iteration of football. I think whenever a guy like Nathan Rourke is willing to not just go and play but also talk about the national team. And here's the other thing too, guys, look at the team now, look at the men's team now. It's coached by Paul LaPolice. That's a pro coach, that's a guy that understands schemes, right? Yeah. And you've got guys like Anthony Auclair, a former NFLer. I think that Canada definitely has an opportunity to find some guys that are just, but again, you also have to remember, Sam Emelis, you're not just going to be able to truck a guy, right, when you catch a football. You're going to have to, move your hips. And, you saw those flag guys when they were playing the NFL guys. They were dude, yeah, exactly, Barney. They were moving in all sorts of weird positions, right? They were, flipping their hips and looked crazy, right? And it looked, and realistically, you're in real football, I just remove him from his uniform, right? But that's not the game. No, I think we need to respect. We need to have the respect for the athletes that are playing at a high level right now. It's a completely different game, although it is football. And I do think that no matter who you got, if you get a guy like Nathan Rourke throwing the football to a guy like Auclair and maybe a couple guys from the CFL, it'd be fantastic. It'd be such a. And here's the other thing, guys. We need to provide some of these kids more pathways to excellence, right? Right now, I mean, football is what it is, right? You can get to the NFL, you can get to, but man, once a kid has, and especially females, guys, right? We're able to now put another option, another platform for our young female athletes to shoot at. It's not a dream now that you don't have to go to the Olympics through track or gymnastics. You can play flag football. And by the way, look at these studs that we've got doing it. Yeah. On both sides, men's and women's.
Yep. Wait until these NCAA schools and the big ones, like we talked about, start having programs. Div 1 flag football. It's coming. Yeah. They're already doing it.
Oh, guys,
scholarship opportunities and
Yeah.
Totally, right? It's another way to create interest in sport. And again, the nice part is you're not isolating tackle football, right? You're building skills that are relevant to tackle football, and that's the great thing about football, man. It's you're able to play it a few different ways these days, and for me, that offers and opens up doors to folks that just provide them more access. That's what you need. You want to build a game, provide access to it, and flag football is another access point.
Okay, while I have you here, before we let you go, Luke Mullinder, color commentator and our sharp-dressed man here. Michigan State, proud Michigan State alumni. It's Masters week. It's Masters weekend. I know you like to swing the wrenches. I'm coming off 4 rounds down south, feeling good. Swing was feeling good. On Sunday, is it leave dad alone? You're down into the pit, into the man cave, and you just watch it wall to wall Masters? Or how does it work in the Luke Mullinder house?
No, I only get like that with football. For me, the Masters, I'm locked in. But unfortunately, I gotta tell you what, I got this big 70-inch TV in my TV room, right? Beautiful.
Never been there.
8K or whatever you call it. It's got all the bells and whistles, right, guys? You want to know how many times I get to use it? 0 times. You want to know why? Because my son uses it to watch YouTube. So Masters will be a great experience, but the chances are I will be watching Masters from my iPad 11 on the couch. I have a beautiful. I am able. We've got a great sound system attached to this beautiful 70+ inch TV, and I won't be watching a lick of golf on it. I'll be watching it on an iPad, and I'm fine with that as long as I watch it. And it's always nice to dream, ain't it? It's always nice. Like the greatest thing is the guy that's going to have the worst score at the Masters, me, you, Dave, Thomas, Sharky, we would take their round and their score 100 times out of 100.
Every day.
Every day, man.
I would, but I'd be hitting the balls places that people have never seen. There's houses over there?
Oh, dude.
Wow.
Dude, the 18th, if I was to line up on the 18th in that alleyway, every single person that was in front of the MIT would need to sign a waiver. It would be the most dangerous situation. Listen, if you can get hit behind me, you better sign the waiver too. I'm telling you right now, I cannot imagine that's what, and it's like the Olympics, guys. I always say, I don't know who said it, but he was right on. We should always, in order to have a point of reference, we should always have just like a regular couch athlete play alongside in the Olympics, like the 100-meter sprint and the master, like golf events, just to always remind everybody how good these guys actually are. So like have a guy like me who wins a lottery and goes out there and is like a 25 handicap. Like, let's just really remind people every now and then how good these guys are by putting an average Joe out there and watching them perform. You know what I mean?
The Celebrity Classic, whatever, the one in Lake Tahoe, where the hockey players and the football players and they play. Even that one, I'm just like, those people are way too good. Have you seen Charles Barkley swing? It's like they are way
too close.
But that shoot on 18, there's another one too in the Masters that I've always been like, oh boy, that ain't good. All right, we've taken up a lot.
Well, the 16 where there's it's the Masters is the Masters, man. I can't wait. But again, it's a shame that I won't be actually able to. You work so hard for certain things. We got a nice big pool, big TVs, all this stuff, and you just don't get to use them. It's all for the kids.
You're gonna watch it in your bathtub on your phone.
In the bathroom on my iPad. Yeah, that's exactly where I'll be. Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Luke.
Hey,
that's where I'll be watching
landing though.
Final.
Original moon landing. Last question. The original one.
Yeah.
Real or fake?
Oh man, I'm gonna say, guys, I'm pretty sure it was fake. I'm pretty sure. Like, the evidence is out there, guys.
There it is.
The evidence is out there.
He's at 10%.
You know what? And knowing the Cold War and the time we were in back then, I'm pretty sure we faked that.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm with you, Luke. That's why I think they did.
Man.
Well, now you're going full fake? You're
No,
full fake
but
guy?
that's why there's the possibility of it.
I think there's a possibility it's fake.
Like, there's too much, like, the shadow thing and the whole, like, yeah, I have a feeling that thing was done in Hollywood studios. And yeah, I think the only reason why we're going up there now is just to make sure that the moon doesn't have oil. Because if the moon has oil, boy, the moon's going to need some freedom. That's for sure.
We'll still screw it up somehow. We're good. Okay. All right, bud. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Luke.
Have fun this weekend.
Great to talk to you, boys. Have a good show.
There he is, Luke Mullinder, joining us on the Western Pizza guest hotline. We got to go to break. Coming back, Clutch Performer. Did you see what happened last night in the baseball?
Yes, I did.
Clutch Performers
The pillow
coming
fight.
up. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, we are going tonight in Weyburn. Red Wings trying to even up the series with the Flin Flon Bombers. SJHL, 7 p.m. puck drop. Also in Battlefords, Yorkton trying to even up that series, 7:50. And that game can be heard on our sister station, GX94. National Hockey League tonight. Oilers continue their road trip in San Jose after that loss last night. Toronto is home to the Washington Capitals. Blue Jays beat the Dodgers today in a matinee affair in the majors. And the SportsCage.com poll today, how do you feel about the Toronto Blue Jays considering their slow start to the season? You can vote at SportsCage.com. Home of the price match guarantee, extreme hockey and sport, more than just hockey, baseball, lacrosse, whatever you need. McIntyre Street, Cooperator Center, and now a new store in Moose Jaw. Extreme hockey and sport. They support local. They are local. Let's go out that time of the week where we talk to Croft Electric. I heard you guys are hiring.
Yeah, we're looking to expand our team, both in the field and in the office.
So am I a suitable candidate?
Oh, Sharky, the great pontificator, is on the show today.
So I'm not a suitable candidate is what you're telling me?
Are you wearing your Croft Electric shirt today?
No, I've just cut on a sweater. Sorry, just a regular
Okay,
sweater.
the one that says not a Croft Electric is
I do have the not a Croft Electric employee shirt.
Chikai, seriously. So you kind of want people, someone that's got their journeymans? I don't know what the heck that means, but I know people that have it. What do you need here?
Yeah, we're looking for, in the office, we're looking for a junior estimator, junior project manager kind of individual, as well as in the field, we're looking for journeymen, journeywomen, journey persons, both service and construction electricians. Even the fourth year, even in apprentices, third and fourth year, we're looking for them all. We'll train. We'll help join our family, join our growing group, and we have a lot of fun.
Get on the tools, as they say. Get Barry on the tools. Okay, and let's give a plug for the preferred program.
Yeah. So again, we're really excited for the preferred program in 2026. We come out. You join the preferred program, you come out, we do a 24-point inspection, infrared, scan your panel, kind of get ahead of some of those problems. And the big thing is you get preferred journeyman rate going forward, we save some money there, and 10% off material going forward, as well as priority booking through those spring, if spring ever gets here, and summer busy seasons.
Probably can kick them a nice Crofty hat or a T-shirt too.
Oh, for sure. Croft Electric swag.
There we go. Okay, and we got 20 seconds here. Are you impressed with this Artemis 2 going around the moon, or where do you land on the space exploration debate?
Well, I'm with Luke a little bit. I think they should be exploring the bottom of the ocean first. But here's a little nugget of thought to throw into the mix here. Ooh. In 1903 was the first flight at Kitty Hawk, the Wright brothers. In 1969, they went to the moon. 66 years later. And what has it been since then? 57 years later, we're going again? We're
not even going. We're just doing a circle.
Yeah.
Just cruising Albert, up and down, eh?
Yeah.
8th Street for the Saskatoon people. Yeah. All right, Crofty. Thanks, bud.
You bet. Have a good day.
CroftElectric.com. They got a great website and all the socials. You can find them. Croft Electric. They're hiring. Okay, we're up against the clock here. We're going to talk space exploration with Eric Francis. Where is that going to go after 5 o'clock? Eric and I spent a few nights in Vegas last week, too. We'll get into that. It's a Sports Cage. We'll be back after the news. Oh, what a show. So good to be back on this Wednesday for Regina Motor Products. Thanks for making time over here listening. It could be on 620 CKRM on any of the streams, or you could be watching on YouTube. The guy coughing there, and if you're watching on YouTube, you see him. He's with me today and tomorrow, lucky enough, because he wasn't in last week. I was gone last week. Sharky is with me, and when Sharky is here, he is for
Flooring Superstore, Park in Arcola. The Dickens boys will look after you.
Cash and carry, do it yourself, or
get it installed.
They have
tremendous selection.
Professional
Yeah.
installation, whether maybe the cabin needs some new flooring, or the house, or the sunroom,
Whatever.
office. They get it done. Flooring Superstore.
Man cave.
We've had a show.
There's a couple things going on.
The man cave with the TV your son uses.
We've had.
Yeah.
We
I
started.
can tease mine myself.
We talked a lot of local hockey. We're going to get really WHL heavy tomorrow and into Friday. The Saskatoon PA thing is going to be awesome. That's a clash. SJHL tonight down the road in Weyburn. They're trying to even things up with Flin Flon. Some local boys on that Flin Flon team. That's good hockey if you're in the area. Go watch that tonight in Battlefords. Yorkton, trying to even up that series. Benny Walchuk has the call on GX94. We'll have the SJHL report tomorrow. I'm wearing my SJHL hoodie. Just figured that out today. It's been a long 9-10 days. I killed a lot of brain cells in Vegas.
Just realized what I put on this morning.
Was sick early on, but it was a great time. And I'm sitting in Vegas, and this is where we went on the show here. And I'm like, oh, wow, there's NASA, some big NASA news. It's
NASA, not NASA.
NASA.
Yeah.
The Coliseum on Long Island.
Or the Bahamas.
So I'm like, what? Oh, there's a Canadian going into space. Where are they going? And I'm like, they got to be going to Mars. It's 2026. Like, we got to be.
Moon. Drive right by.
We finally, are we going? Are they going to set up camp? Are they going to set up camp on Mars?
Yeah.
And then I find out that Artemis 2 is going up, doing a loop around the moon, going further than anyone's ever gone before, and then they're coming back. And I'm
just out for a drive.
I'm like, that's it. What am I missing here?
$25 billion?
We went 1969?
Yep.
Is that the original? Allegedly?
Allegedly.
We went. We're there. They supposedly had people walking. They brought stuff back. They went 3 times.
They got some dust.
And now we're getting excited because we just went and did a U-turn.
We did a
around
flyby. Yeah.
It's just confused me. I was like, I must be missing something here. They must be going somewhere else. They must be doing the loop and then hanging and going, nope.
Jupiter, something.
They're coming back.
Nope.
They took some pictures. But we've been there. They went there.
Apparently.
With technology, as Rose said on the text line earlier, that we have in our key fobs now. Apollo 13 is the greatest, most intense moment in space exploration that's got to be ever. How they got back, how Apollo 13 got back, now that is something.
Yes.
Are those guys still alive? The guys that came back? I know I was watching on the flight yesterday. I'm watching videos. Those guys are probably going, Artemis 2, take a seat. Do you see what we did in a lifeboat?
Yeah.
We made a filter out of cardboard, a plastic bag, and duct tape because we're getting carbon monoxide poisoning.
You guys are going up with special meals and a toilet. We didn't have a toilet.
We used rulers and a geometry set to figure out our trajectory to get around the moon in this lifeboat and be able to get back. That's impressive.
So this whole trip makes you disbelieve the earlier activities of landing on the moon. That they're just skimming it.
Are we that hard up for content that it's just, whoa, we're going around? Land on the backside of the moon. Do something. Show me. I want a picture of the old things that they drove around there. The vehicles.
Yeah, show us where the vehicles are. Show us where the Buick is.
Did somebody take them? Is there another life form go up there and be like, golf cart?
Chinese. They took them back.
Well, yeah. Chinese going to Mars now? Are they just going to rub it in North America's face?
They don't need to stop at the moon.
Of the 3 crewmen, only one is still with us. That would be Fred Hayes, though Jim Lovell only passed away last August.
Ah, that's why I remember that.
Yeah, and then the other is Jack Swigert, who passed away in 82.
Apollo 13 blows my mind. Blows my mind. In 2026, going up and doing a loop around. Sorry, no disrespect. Way smarter than me. Everybody involved, better than I'll ever be.
Yeah.
I'm a nobody. But why are we getting so excited about it?
Already did it.
Stop.
Exactly.
Do something.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Right? I'm with you 100%.
And then we got into the whole, was the original one fake? Like, that's a debate.
There are concerns. And
people are texting in, some angry.
Yeah.
Ed said, good point, because I'm about 80-20. I think 20% that it was fake, 80% it was legit. But Ed goes, if it were fake, the Soviets would have been publicizing it. Soviets, there is root that they backed it, and they said, no, they went. The Americans went, but...
It's just, the political time led that opportunity to fake that, to show up the Soviets. The political time. You're too young for that.
Bradley's texting in, but not about that. Roscoe thinks all the rocket talk is hilarious. Space exploration.
Appreciate it.
It's just
Roscoe,
confusing.
do you think they landed on the moon?
It's confusing. Yeah, Roscoe, what's your take? Let's get some of our regulars texting in here.
Where's Jeffrey? We need Jeffrey's opinion on the moon.
Yeah, was it fake? While we do that, this could go sideways. Buckle up. It's time to talk to our NHL insider, Eric Francis.
Now for Inside the NHL with Eric Francis on the SportsCage. Inside the NHL is brought to you by Sports Select. Getting in on more of the sports action you want is as easy as playing at sportsselect.com. Simply make your picks online, generate your QR code, and lock in your bet at your local Lotto Spot retailer.
The natural segue is us to go straight into space exploration, but we're going to save that for the back half of this cut. I figure that you're looking stuff up on Google as we speak, so you can sound really smart about space exploration. Hey, first off, I'm meaning to ask you this, because we hung out in Vegas for a couple nights, lots of fun. It was real. It wasn't real fun, as Luke Mullinder would say. The one night, I owe you, by the way.
Yeah, what did you do?
No, don't go there. He's a goof. What in Vegas tipping? Both of you guys, I'll ask you this. It seems to get a little out of control. Do you need to tip the guy that tells the cabbie we're going to the airport and opens the door for you? Do you need to tip that guy?
You're supposed to.
Why?
It's ridiculous.
Why are you supposed to?
And just so you know, the cabs in Vegas, first time I've ever seen this in my life, the tipping, because I usually take Ubers, but in Vegas it's a lot easier from the airport, just jump in a taxi. Anyway, 25% is this, they give you options, starts at 25%, 30, 35% other. I'm usually not interested in taking the time to hit other because it's embarrassing because it's like you're cheaping out. But when it starts at 25, you lost me. You lost me, and I'm hitting other, and I might even hit zero because I'm so insulted that your starting point was way too high.
Uber does that too now, though.
Yeah, but what would a cab driver have to do to deserve a 25% tip? No offense, cab drivers. You drove me there, and it was safe, and I respect that.
Go around the moon.
Yeah. Like, get me there in a minute and a half? Like, what? Like, go through lights? Like, what is it? What is the deal?
You'd have to teleport me to get me there, to get me to pay. See, I think even driving a cab, I don't think a cab, this is going to get me in trouble. I don't think that that's an industry where the tipping should be on par with someone who serves you for 2 hours at a restaurant and gets you food and booze. Like those, like a server, I'm okay with you starting at 20% maybe. I don't love it, but I could deal with it. But a taxi driver, to me, should start around 12% and go to 15 tops, maybe 17, 18. It's just a different, I don't know.
I think that's fair. 25%. The lady that fixed my sciatica,
yeah,
that's 25%.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Yep.
Anything, but I've never got that about Vegas. The cab opened the door and says Planet Hollywood or Caesar's Palace. I got to tip that guy? No, well, you didn't do it. You're not driving me there. Then the other thing, get this one. The boy and I go to golf. It's a 30-minute drive. Uber. Get in this vehicle. Vegas, having fun. Coffee and Bailey's. Here we go. Me and the boy. I get in. It's just silent. The sound of the road. And I said, hey, do you mind putting on a radio station? I like listening to radio stations, and I'm at other places. Do you mind putting on a radio station or something? He goes, no. That was it.
What?
Yeah. It's like, so my son looks at me. So then I pull up a podcast. I start playing Scott Van Pelt in the back seat.
You don't have to. You don't have. You can hit 0 on the tip because you're never going to get the same cabbie twice.
No,
I know, and he's not going to remember.
Part of the beauty of Uber, when it first started, I can tell you, that's what I felt like. I was one of the early adapters. I remember explaining to my friends on boys trips, no, we're going to try this Uber, and they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? They come right to you, and then they take you right to where you want to go. It just sounded too perfect. And
yeah,
the beauty of Uber in its infancy, the drivers were really enthusiastic, and you found out about their whole lives. They couldn't stop talking. You found them interesting. They found you interesting, or at least they pretended to. And then there was no uncomfortable exchange of money at the end, which is still my favorite part of taking an Uber. On top of the fact that originally with Uber that you didn't tip. You just didn't tip. That was part of the deal. Well, now I get it. It's expected that you have to tip, and here we go again, right?
Or they don't give you any stars, and then nobody picks you up.
Well, that's an interesting. Yeah, I know. I always, whether I tip or not, or however much I tip, because usually you don't tip until you take your next Uber, right? That's when you see the note saying, "Hey, do you want to tip the guy who drove you
right now?"
3 weeks
Look
ago?
at this. That's what I'm doing right now. The last guy, I didn't tip. I'm going custom tip.
Yeah, and I always give them 5 stars, unless they're idiots, but. The stars to me is a bit of a tip anyway because they're working on their rating.
But
I don't know.
If you don't give 5 stars now, then it gives you a laundry list of questions. You get interrogated. Why? What did they do? And I'm just you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to give this guy 5 stars. Are you guys 5 stars? What's your rating?
I got to look.
I just looked at mine. I think I've gone up.
I'm a 4.95. You probably went down, Barney, because you asked for music. That's egregious.
What a world. What a world, eh? We're doing circles around the moon. I can't get a radio station in my Uber.
Unbelievable. Hey, I have actually hockey news. We'll throw a little in just for the segment's sake. Ron Francis will be stepping down as president of hockey operations in Seattle. Just broke.
What?
Just broke it.
Did they say why?
So,
underachieving?
Well, I think it's, Jason Botterill's been elevated to general manager and is kind of basically running that show now anyway. I personally think director of hockey operations or president of hockey operations is the biggest joke in the business, and more teams are going away from it. They used to go to it. And I used to joke with Brian Burke all the time when he was president of hockey operations in Calgary. I'd say, man, this is the cushiest gig in the entire sports world. You would have to fire 2, maybe 3 general managers, maybe 4 coaches before anyone would finally trace it back to you and say, wait a second, maybe the president is the problem here. But that said, it hasn't. Look, Seattle came in as an expansion franchise. Everybody had high hopes for them like Vegas did. Vegas went through the glass ceiling and, defied all the odds and won a cup like 3 or 4 years later. And Seattle has had no success whatsoever. And this year there was a hint that they were maybe going to get in the playoffs, but that faded pretty quickly of late when it mattered most.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's probably the reason why they decided to go with an organizational change.
By the way, I'm 5 stars.
Yeah, I'm 4.79. I know one guy that gave me like a bad rating years ago.
Was the radio?
We almost had it out.
Really?
Yeah. No, it wasn't because of the radio, but that guy probably doesn't like me either.
I'm pretty impressed.
Speaking of hockey, let's stay with this. That loss last night for Oiler fans. Who's the starting goalie for the Oilers when the playoffs start?
Oh my God!
And why is it Calvin Pickard?
Yeah, could it be Calvin Pickard?
Who knows what they're going to do there? But you know what? I still don't worry about that team. I know everybody in Edmonton and most of the hockey world's kind of written them off. look, we've been in this situation for so many years, and they still get to the final. I will not be surprised at all if they're in the final. I really won't.
What?
I really won't. They've been on a bit of a heater. I know they don't have a goalie, but these guys heat up from time to time. They haven't had a goalie for 5 years, and they made it to the final 2 years in a row. So, I know there's better teams than them. I know all those teams in the Central are way better. So it would be a long shot for sure. But all I'm saying is, don't write off the Oilers just because nobody can stop the puck. They usually find ways to do it. They won 5 in a row recently without Leon Draisaitl. Zach Hyman's out of the lineup now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're pretty undermanned, and they don't have a goalie. Add those two guys back in the lineup and get a hot goalie. And I'm telling you, the Edmonton Oilers can shock a lot of people. It won't surprise me.
They are in the pillow fight division, so they do have a chance coming out of there. Yeah.
Well, that loss last night, people are losing their mind, but I'm like, what's the big deal? They're still right there, I think, tied with Vegas for the lead of the division. You want to win the division, and I think they will. You'd like to get that extra point last night to give you that 1 point advantage over Vegas, but I don't know. I just think people are losing their minds a little too early on the Oilers.
One of the best wins I had in Vegas last week was when we were at the Flames Golden Knights game, and you told me to go downstairs and get that noodle bowl or whatever they were making in the media kitchen. It was so good. I'm glad I went all the way down. But back to that game, eyeball test on the Las Vegas Golden Knights, and I know it was a game against Calgary, end of the season. Yeah, they're a good hockey team. That Dorofeyev is a really good hockey player. But Carter Hart, man, if they're the guy they're riding, didn't at times he look like shaky or uneasy or like he was an e-bug?
Well, I mean, was he a superstar in Philly? No. But, he's been a couple years away from hockey. This is a fresh new start. He's older, wiser. Like, I'm not convinced you want to go into the playoffs with him as your goalie either. We could have a pretty good argument on who's in a better situation for goaltenders, Vegas or Edmonton. Neither very good. But I think it's pretty clear that Tortorella is going to go with Carter Hart. They're going to ride or die with him. Aiden Hill's been atrocious all year long, even though he's won a cup in the past. He's had a couple rough years. He's really just their only chance right now. So no, am I really overly impressed with him? No. But hey, one thing I was impressed with, Barney, did you notice the other night? Are you still there, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Waiting.
We're here. Can you hear us? It's your technology always.
Yeah.
Wherever he lives in Calgary. Now he'd locked out. So now he's going to log back in.
There he is.
There he is.
There I am.
Yeah, someone called you.
Yeah, see? It was Ron Francis. He's like, hey, look, I didn't get fired. I stepped down. When I was a kid, Ron Francis, because of the last name, and I was a Hartford Whalers fan, I used to tell people he was my uncle. I had never even met him, but I was so proud of him. He's my favorite player. I still think the world of him. I think he's
Uncle Ron.
a guy. Yeah, Uncle Ronnie. Like, anyway, I don't know where I cut off, and it doesn't matter. But Carter Hart is going to be their guy. You know, one thing I was really blown away by, Barney? You telling me that game that you and I were at, they had that ice delay for 28 minutes.
Is that how long it was?
28 minutes, man. Like, only that rink, I think, could have maintained the entertainment level from the the entertainment, the fans. By the time they dropped that puck, you'd have thought half the people would have left. Yes, it was a tie game, but it's still Calgary, and really doesn't matter. But man, oh man, I couldn't believe how good a job they did keeping everyone entertained. And in the entertainment capital of the world, I shouldn't be surprised. But am I wrong, Barney? Like, the whole time, it was almost like, we forgot that we're waiting for the game. You know?
It seemed so long, and the DJ and the young gal that was in the crowd did an unreal job. That sound system in that rink. Now, I've been to four or five games there. I love it. I think it's one of the best that I've ever been to. I haven't been to as many as you. I don't know. But there was times that, especially during that delay, you remember when your buddy in high school, he went to like Visions or Crazy Kylie's and bought the subs, and he didn't have the right sound system, but all he had was subs.
Yeah.
He didn't have like the treble was wrong and everything else. He had the Alpine amp under the Jimmy rigged under the seat. And it was like, dude, there's too much bass. That's what it felt like at times. There was too much bass. Our water was shaking.
Remember, I pointed out to you, look at the water. The water was rippling, and it was with every bass. The water was going a little bit closer to the edge of the table. It was unbelievable. You could feel it thumping in your chest, that's not for
water?
everybody.
You guys didn't have any water.
We're in the media.
Oh, okay.
booth.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we had to keep it clean for 3 hours. But yeah, no, that's a good call, actually. Good water in Vegas. That's funny.
I had
water in Vegas.
I took Vegas -1.5 at the book, and it was tied
That's
there
right.
it was tied there, and I was like, oh boy.
And what did I keep telling you? Don't worry, the Flames always get crushed here in Vegas. Don't worry, I've seen this 100 times.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win the Hart?
Oh my God. I don't know. It's a great question. I got to vote on it. And, Celebrini was a guy who I said, well, they're probably not going to make the playoffs, so at least I don't have to consider him. But if they make the playoffs, and it sure looks like they're going to, man, you've really got to consider Celebrini for what he's done to carry that team on his back. I think more so than anybody else. And remember, the Hart is the player. It's not the most valuable player. It's the player adjudicated to be the most valuable to his team. So, I always use this argument with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. There are a lot of years where my colleagues were putting both on the ballot because you get to put 5 names. I'm like, no, you can't. In my opinion, you can't put both on the ballot because you can't say both were most valuable to their team. Anyway, look, he's on an island there. Celebrini, I wasn't thinking I was going to have to consider him, but he's right up there. Like I've heard some other people talk about, some of these guys at Buffalo or, I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a 3-horse race, right?
Who else you got in there?
McKinnon.
Well, McKinnon and McDavid, right? And Macklin Celebrini. To me, and don't get me wrong, there's other guys in there that deserve some talk, and I have to put 5 down, but I don't know. To me, it's either McKinnon or Celebrini myself.
You think San Jose is going to make it?
I do. They got a game in hand on pretty much everybody. They've got some momentum. They went into a little bit of a tailspin there about 2 weeks ago, and I thought, okay, they're done. But now he and Will Smith have combined to try and really resurrect their chances. And look, what a dogfight. I don't ever want to hear anybody ever again say, we need to go to the 3 points for a win system, 2 points for an overtime win.
Yeah.
No.
I like incentivizing regulation wins, don't get me wrong. But the ultimate goal is to make sure that as many teams as possible have a chance right till the end. Like if you're the commissioner, that's your goal. As many teams as possible still selling tickets right to the end because they think they have a chance. Look at this incredible series of races we have in the East and the West. It doesn't get better than that.
Would you like to see them switch the playoffs up to a real 1 versus 8 to that scenario instead of what we've got now?
No, I like to stay in your division, develop these great rivalries inside your division, because every time Calgary plays anyone in their own division, they're hated already, and that's built in. If you only see a guy every 10 years or 5 years in the playoffs, that's where rivalries are built to me in the playoffs, and I just don't think you want random opponents.
I'm a 1 versus 8 guy.
I can flip-flop.
Yeah, 1 versus 8 guy. All right, let's get down to brass tacks here. Last week, I'm in Vegas, and we're in Vegas, and we had a great time. Eric got a lanyard. He hung out with us, and he got to meet some Regina people. He had a great time. But there's this Artemis 2, and I'm like, ooh, NASA, they're going to space. Where's this going? Is this going to Mars? Like they're finally going to Mars? And then it's like all this hype around it, and I get that there's a Canadian guy on it. I get that's proud for a lot of people. And then I find out that they're just doing a loop around the moon. They're going further, I guess, than whatever, and they're coming back. It's 2026, Eric. I've seen the movie Apollo 13. I've watched all the documentaries. That is by far the most fascinating, nerve-wracking moment, I think, in history. Not just space exploration.
Space exploration.
But I'm like, why should I care about? They're just going around the moon. They're not even landing on it. What's your take? I'm curious.
My wife's been going nuts. She thinks this is the greatest thing. She says they're doing a great job with their social media. Look at that. Nutella floating through there. Love Nutella. I mean, but I'm kind of with you. Look, you got to remember, they stopped doing kind of like space missions for a couple decades, didn't they? Like
but
the US
why?
government.
And then why are we all excited about it again?
Well, yeah, I mean, now it's at least back in the news and they're doing it again. There's a testament. Their biggest mission right now is to stay alive, right? They want to make sure that this works. And then the next time they might stop at the moon for a little golf.
But they've already been there.
The reason why
it should work, shouldn't it?
They should. What's that?
It should work if they've already been there. Or have they?
I know. And look, I'm not saying this. I'm with you. I would expect a little more excitement than what we've seen from this little crew. But I'm just, my fascination with Apollo and the moon mission and all that was the golf. Alan Shepard hitting the golf ball. And like every golfer, he lied about how far it went, right? He said it went miles and miles. What a load of crap. I looked it up. I looked this up actually about a week ago because my wife she loves this stuff. He hit a 6-iron, 40 yards. He hit 2 shots, Alan Shepard. The 6-iron, first one went 24 yards. Second one went 40 yards. That is humiliating. I don't care. I don't care what kind of headwind you're dealing with. I don't care about gravity. You can't hit a 6-iron longer than 24 yards. You shouldn't be on a space mission. That's my hot take.
There's no gravity. It should have went forever.
He shouldn't be on a space mission.
It should have went forever. No gravity.
That's right.
Yeah.
This guy should have stayed home and took some golf lessons. That's ridiculous. I'm embarrassed. They talk about how that was great for the game of golf, but then when you really dig into the analytics, it's embarrassing. So if they do send someone next time, it's my understanding Tiger Woods has a little time on his hands now. Maybe
Don't let him drive.
Tiger.
Don't let him drive.
Don't let him drive.
No, let him drive. That's what we need. That's the entertainment we need.
That's a good point. Let them drive, because then mistakenly they'll crash land on the moon. Hopefully not crash, but I'm using a Tiger term here. I would think that maybe he could steer them onto the moon, and then we'll have some real action. I'm with you. Then we got something to talk about.
Yeah.
No, because take a seat,
skid.
Moon. We've been there.
Yeah.
It's the 70s. And now people are excited about what your wife included, that we're going around it in 2026 and taking some pictures. Like at 2026, we should be going to Jupiter.
Yeah.
Saturn. What are those rings made of? Bring some of that back. That's impressive. The moon.
And can you play golf on Jupiter? Like, you need to know.
Yeah.
I don't
butter
think so.
cuts. 6-iron butter cuts.
Yeah.
34 yards.
I'm going to take it around the first ring, and I'm going to butter fade it. Yeah. Oh, what a shot.
Okay, before we let you go, our NHL insider Eric Francis for Sports Select, but I'm looking up sportselect.com. I also know you're a golfer. You're getting ready for a trip to Ireland.
Nice.
Masters starts tomorrow. Let's be honest. It's the most popular time to get a vasectomy for obvious reasons. Yeah. Masters weekend. Who do you like? I know who. I went heavy. I went to the window before I left yesterday. Man, I took a guy. Get this one. You'll like this story. I told Sharky this earlier. I went to the window. I took a guy, Sammy Valimaki. Never heard of him in my life, but I took him. He's Finnish, just because I'm like, doesn't this guy play in the NHL?
I thought he was a goalie for Phoenix.
Utah.
Yeah.
Valimaki, Yuso. I used to cover him in Calgary. He's a good dude, actually. He golfed. Maybe this is his uncle. That's funny.
And your Uncle Ron. Your Uncle Ron will be there.
I got a lot of family playing in the or in the Masters, the NHL. So your hot take is Valimaki for the green jacket?
No. He's just I threw a hard flyer on him. To win, I think I got a lot of top 5 finish guys. I took Patrick Reed. I don't really like the guy, but I had to take him.
Dude, nobody likes the guy. I remember taking him in a Masters or U.S. Open pool a couple of years ago, and my buddies gave me my money back. They said, honest to God, it was a really funny move. Not that I was going to win the pool anyway, but they're like, anybody who picks Patrick Reed is not welcome in our pool. So I'm going to throw that back at you and go, you know what? I hope you don't win that bet for sure, because that guy's not good.
I took Justin Rose, as a top 5. Plays well.
Second last
Fair
year,
bet.
yeah.
Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Robert McIntyre.
Yeah, he's hot.
And Corey Connors, top 5 finish. I took 2.
So you picked 10 guys to finish top 5. Guess what? The math doesn't work out there.
Hedge. I'm a hedge guy.
I got you. Shopley's finishing top 5 too. There's my hot tip. Okay. Shopley.
I can buy that. Yeah.
Okay.
I can buy that.
We get to chat again on Friday, I think.
Okay, boys.
Appreciate
Get
it.
him straight.
Take care,
Get
brother.
him straight.
All right.
Yeah.
On the moon.
To the moon.
24 yards. NHL insider Eric Francis joining us for Sports Select. Every bet is 100% legal. Must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly. And now you can do everything with a QR code. Scan it at your Lotto Spot retailer. And there you go. We got to go to break. We come back.
Juuso Välimäki's number 4 for Utah.
Yeah. Goalie.
No, he's a defenseman.
Is he?
Yeah.
Come back with the sports ticker and clutch performer. This is where we're going to talk about baseball fighting. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're watching the stream, we'll go to it. Last night, Major League Baseball. If not, I'll paint a picture for those of you listening to the radio. This was embarrassing. It was 2 characters, Reynaldo Lopez and Jorge Soler. There was a play at the second base. Pitch goes back to Lopez on the mound. Soler's sitting there. All of a sudden, Soler's like, "What's up? What, you want some of this?" The ump's coming, and then Lopez puts his arms out like they're going to throw down. And then this is the most embarrassing punches ever thrown by 2 males in the history of athletics. If you go back, Lopez, the pitcher, has the ball in his hand, and he tries to slap him.
Yep.
With the ball.
I've seen a better fight at the kindergarten class reunion from the 6 to 5-year-olds.
And look at Lopez. He's still, and then Trout's settle down.
Yeah.
You get one
You don't know what you're
Canadian.
doing.
You get one Canadian on that field. They're going to a straight jersey grab, and then it's on.
Yeah. There wasn't even a punch thrown. There was some mild swinging about.
If you get into a tussle,
The bad guy's getting away.
if you get into a tussle and the guy takes his shirt off, and you're used to grabbing, then you got
tough spot to be in.
You got to recalculate how you're going to go about this thing. These guys, and then it's like the slap. I'm going to slap you with the ball. And Lopez was standing there what, you want some of this? Like Debo in Friday, you want some of this, old man? And then that's what you do?
Did you see his big dangly earring afterwards, too?
Oh, someone should have pulled that out.
Yeah.
That's a fun move. Anyway, that's my clutch performer.
Yeah.
Baseball fighters.
Oh, that was terrible to watch. I heard about it, and I looked it up. I go, that's the fight?
Colson, what do you got?
That was it?
I'll stick with baseball, going minor league. Have you ever heard of scoring 10 runs on 1 hit?
What?
So, New Hampshire here, and it's got the list of what happened beside it here. We had a walk, wild pitch, couple strikeouts with a sacrifice fly, walk, hit by pitch, wild pitch, walk, hit by pitch. They scored 10 runs and only had 1 hit in the inning.
That's fascinating.
Is there no other pitchers? Or were they all bad?
They had 2 substitutions during this. That's
my
3
goodness.
different pitchers. The what are they?
New
What's
Hampshire
their name
Fisher
again?
Cats were the successful team.
Yeah, the successful team, and the Portland. I can't remember their name now.
Now, do we get how did that game end up?
It
come back?
ended 12-7, closer than it should have been.
Portland came back. Give them some credit.
That's actually
No, Portland did not come back.
What a
New Hampshire
stat
won.
They came back a little bit.
What a stat line.
Yeah. So, wild.
1 hit, 12. How do you find some of that? Man, that was good work, Colson.
Clutch Performers for Kellen Solar, local company. If you're thinking solar, Lumsden, Saskatchewan, they're going out and getting quotes now for the spring and summer. You can call them if you are thinking about saving some money with solar. Quickly, Prairie Land Rentals text line. I missed some of these. So first off, Antoine and Regina. I butchered that with Luke. That's on me, buddy. Next time Luke's on, message in. I read he's not a U of M alumni, so that's on me. I screwed up. Egg on FaceTime. James Hamilton's he's been to Vegas 10 times. A cabbie once. Basically, I'll just preface this. He went around, took him. You know your way. Like it's like $25. It's we usually stop at a grocery store and maybe another place, and then you get in there. But this guy took him on a loop, $85 fare. He's like, nice try. Threw him a 40 and got out of the cab because he was trying to take the guy for a ride.
Yep.
Mike, I might have missed this one too. I think, buddy, it was earlier. It was for Eric Francis. Why isn't this loading right now? Alan Miller says this is the best show ever. LOL. I said top 25 for sure.
It's pretty good
in the history of,
ever. That's
history
big.
of sports broadcasting. It's been a lot of fun. Mike says his dad wants to go back to 1 versus 16 NHL playoffs. Whoa.
Ooh.
I'm all for 1 for 8.
Yeah, I like the divisional piece, the conference piece. That's good. But
Greg's got a long one. I'm going to read it here. There wouldn't have been an Apollo 11 or 13 without previous Apollo missions to test out the capabilities of the capsule and systems guys. You can't walk before you crawl. The next step is to go further, then just jump back to the move, hit a 6 iron. As it would be great. You sports nerds are fun and entertaining when you stay in your lane. Need a bit of controversy, eh, boys? I'm not a sports nerd. I'm just a nerd.
Yeah.
All kind of nerd.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Space exploration talk was awesome today.
I can nerd anything.
You're back tomorrow. We got the last senior hockey report of the season coming up. And we have the sports ticker. Let's go. Okay.
It's time for the Sports Ticker, brought to you by Steelcraft Doors Regina, made in Western Canada for Western Canadians.
SJ tonight, big games down in Weyburn. Red Wings trying to even their series with Flin Flon after Flin Flon won last night. 7 p.m. puck drop in Weyburn. 7:30 puck drop in the Battlefords. Yorkton trying to even that series. Can be heard on GX94 starting at 7:15. NHL right now, Anthony Stolar has been taken off the ice.
Leg injury.
Doesn't look very good for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
They're tied with Washington 0-0. Edmonton's in San Jose later. Blue Jays, they won today against the Dodgers. A little matinee affair. Sports Ticker in hour 3 is for Regina Steelcraft Doors. Those doors are made in Western Canada for Western Canadians. Visit their 40,000 square foot facility on Park Street in Regina.
Big shop.
Tomorrow, I got another good debate for us to have on the show.
I love those
with people. Yeah, I know.
We got a big announcement tomorrow of the
nerd. Oh, do we got
a big announcement?
One of the best promos ever in the history of this radio station.
Yeah.
We're giving it away on the SportsCage.
Get here early. Good seats still available.
And Kevin Pillar with Dave Thomas.
Oh boy.
Interview. And you and me
with more interesting nerd stuff.
Greg's going to message in again tomorrow. We got the last senior hockey report of the year coming up next. It is the SportsCage on this Wednesday for Regina Motor Products. For the last time this season, it's the senior hockey report here on the SportsCage, powered by the Monday Nooner podcast. Everything you want senior hockey, follow them on socials or download the podcast. All season here on the SportsCage, it's been brought to you by Warren Steinley, MP for Regina Louvain, always on Saskatchewan's side and supporting local sports. And also Croft Electric, supporting in the community. You can find them on all their socials or visit their webpage, Croft Electric. All right, so what happened since we last talked? It's been a couple weeks because I was off last week. So double banner means a team won provincials and a team won their league. This year, and we think from the Monday Nooner. It was the first time this has ever happened. We had 4 double banner teams. Let's start in D. Senior Provincial D. It was the Milestone Flyers winning D. They also won the Notikewin Hockey League Championship. So there's your double banner in D. Congratulations to the Milestone Flyers. Great organization. First year moving to the Notikewin Hockey League as well. And they pick up the title they're looking to defend next year. In C, it was JJ Hunter and Luke Hunter and Dyson Stevenson and the powerful Shaunavon Badgers winning the Provincial C banner. Also, the Shaunavon Badgers won the White Mud Hockey League. So 2 banners being put up in the Wickenheiser Center in Shaunavon this year. In B, it was the Wilkie Outlaws. The Wilkie Outlaws won Provincial B and also the Sask West Hockey League. And then in A, for the first time ever, the Lumsden Monarchs are Provincial Senior A hockey champions. The banner will look nice in the barn there. They also won the Qu'Appelle Valley Highway Hockey League. Shout out Grenfell for a heck of a run there as well this year. But in A, it was Lumsden in Game 3 over Raymore. That series went the 3. Raymore won the first one, and then Lumsden the last 2. So a special time in Lumsden. The last time Lumsden won a banner was Provincial B way back in 1998 before this one in A. So just unbelievable. 4 teams with double banners this year in senior hockey. Some of the leagues in and around the area for you, if you missed it, the Prairie Men's Hockey League champions are the Cupar Canucks. Congrats to everyone out in Cupar. That community supports senior hockey very, very, very well. Also, news out of the Prairie Men's Hockey League we're getting at the Monday Nooner is there will be another team added next year. The rumors are allegedly a team out of White City joining the Prairie Men's Hockey League, the Working Men's League. The Wheatland Hockey League champions this year, the Jansen Jets. Congratulations, everyone in Jansen. It's their first ever league championship. Sick unis, nice kits. The Jansen Jets are the Wheatland champions. The Long Lake Hockey League went to the Foam Lake Flyers. Foam Lake, a heck of a run in provincials as well. So they do get one banner out there in Foam Lake as they win the prestigious Long Lake Hockey League. The Big Six Hockey League Championship. This was a great series. Right down to Game 5, and it was the Moosomin Rangers over the Redvers Rockets 6-3 in the final game. How about Riker Cole for Moosomin in the final game? 4 goals. That's how you get it done. Kyler Beckett had the win in net, but congratulations to Moosomin and also Redvers. Redvers had a heck of a year. Nice run in provincials as well. The Sask East Hockey League champions are the Langenberg Warriors. It was a 5-2 win in the final game over the Kenora Cobras. Another great series. The Langenberg Warriors are your champs in the Sask West Hockey League. A couple other ones. One more here. The Sask Valley Highway Hockey League. The Loreburn 19ers are the champs there. Senior hockey this year, 114 teams around Saskatchewan, 114 communities. Senior hockey is alive and well. There were 14 leagues. There will be some teams that we also hearing Bean Fate is back in next year in the Big Six. So hopefully that works out for everyone in there, because the more teams, the better. Provincials was successful. Sask Hockey is going to be sending out the questionnaire if they haven't already. They're going to want to get feedback on what worked, what didn't. D had a whack of teams. A had a whack of teams. Maybe they'll try and make some changes to get more in C and B. But just a real successful season for senior hockey in Saskatchewan. It is so Sasky if you know what it's all about. And then next year, a new crop of players coming in. It'll be excited. You can keep it up to date with anything senior hockey throughout the off season at the Monday Nooner podcast. Find on the socials or anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's free. Again, thanks so much to our sponsors this year on the Sports Cage: Warren Steinley, MP for Regina Louvain, and Crofty, and the team at Croft Electric. That was the final senior hockey report of the year here on the home of local sports in Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM.